it started. Yeah, I got the light. He got the light. We got the light. What you know about it? So much light. More light than a spike in your power bill. Or a match when it strike, we devour ill. They don't know how to feel. Their minds crippled, mental gangbangers. Never saw losers, but we game changers. Rearrange strangers with the Rickers. Next mission, bring the light to your home, electrician. I've been grinding since the basement. If you know, you know, man, you not adjacent. I'm in a league of my own. My soul speaking through poems. Both your speakers are blown for my songs. Let's get it on. I'm ready for the challenge. The dichotomy of dark and light is all about balance. Life's never perfect. Beauty runs deeper than the surface. Album on sale, but the soul not for purchase. Birth this ill style with mild symptoms. It gets them ecstatic. I'm a shock to the system. Warrior, battle scarred, yet these bars hard. Thus became an author, not the Harvard. I say, this the hard part. Restarted the lost art. Can make a smash from the mouth. I'm an all-star. Like this, light switch. Life is priceless. Like this, light switch. Life is priceless. Hit the light switch if you need a light switch. Like this, right quick for the night shift. I got the light, he got the light, we got the light switch. Sacrifice a ticket to the afterlife. My mission isn't done on earth. Alert the Xerxes versus fuel my appetite. I have the right insight. World needs the facts of life. Healthy as an apple slice. This what real rappers like. International. Took a vacation. Still working on my sabbatical. Casual but.
All right. So fair warning immediately, just so you guys know, my bathtub upstairs is being worked on and refurbished or whatever. Like they're working on the bathtub, so I hope it's not loud enough that you guys can hear and you can hear me over all that, but they're up there drilling, hammering, and all kind of stuff. So I'm sorry if it's noisy in the background. There's not much I can do about that today. But how's everyone doing? What's up? How y'all feel about the chapter? What did I just drop? Something dropped. Yes, I dropped something. But yeah, how y'all doing? Like, can you guys hear that? It's going like I don't know if y'all could hear that. All right, let's see what you guys are saying first. Sai, he had a good moment. Quino momento. Make sure your mic's on this week, buddy. One enjoyable chapter. Mark my words, we'll be seeing a family head die before any of Bam's friends. Family head versus plot armor. Y'all know I don't like that term. Plot armor. Explain yourself. Good chance. What song is it? Is Pure Fire? It's Condensed Milk by Cyber Milk Chan. It's a part of the Bomb Rush Cyberpunk soundtrack, if that helps you find it easier. Tony Hawk's. What about Tony Hawk's? Oh, that game was Bomb Rush Cyberpunk. Well, somebody important will die in this arc context. Oh, there you go. You said it already. The Church of Hemmings rejects the false prophet. AA, we embrace Yoduism. CBL. Will Jinx die for real? Don't know. Not his time yet. Yo, what's up? This chapter was infuriating to say the least. SC must have handed the writing over to an assistant. It's not possible that it's the same guy who wrote in the first two assistants. I, for one, welcome our new overlord, Aguero Agnes. See, you're where I am. I'm like, time to switch allegiance, time to jump ship. But I'm not going to do all that. Nah, I ain't hear it. Trash chapter broke every lore SC set up for the cheap power up. What would Aguero do? Okay, hold on. I I need to address something because it's crazy. I want to make it clear. This was not a good chapter. Like, if I am being as impartial as I can be, unbiased, and I'm trying to remove any all emotions and be as objective as humanly possible, I don't think it was a good chapter. I just wasn't bothered. And the reason I wasn't bothered was I expect this type of shit from this dude, and I actually found the chapter funny. He wasn't trying to be funny, but I laughed because he had Rack saying shit like, "Don't worry, my spear will strike true and pierce his heart." And I'm like, "Who's he trying to trick? Us? We know you're trash. You don't just are you gonna rock up and go into your native mode on command? Like, no, you're not gonna do that. So like, why is he talking? Who does he think he is?" Guerrero's like, "Don't worry about me, Bam. Worry about yourself. I could stop him." I'm like, what is your dinky little shield gonna do to Dumas? Like, who do they think they were for a second? Like, they forgot who they were, bro. They were drunk off the white power. Like, y'all wasn't laughing. I was laughing. I don't know. Maybe I just had a good weekend. I was in a good mood, but hey, man, it is what it is. Oh, I forgot to put the Tower of God symbol up there. Give me a second. Got my boy, Beat. Oh my God, I was called him Jet like 4 times. Beat in the side. Where's the Tower of God logo? She's a magical god. I got through 20 minutes of the Bam versus Lee's video, editing it, so it should be ready for next week. I got through 20 minutes of it already. What was I looking for? The Tower of God symbol. Tower of God. There we go. Why am I dark? Enlighten me again. You know what? I should turn the light on. I'm so dark. It'd be hard to see me. Chapter was all right. The bar was in the mud for weeks, but this wasn't awful. We need sweet fish. We need sweet fish. Needs limits though. Yeah. I can like AA and Karaka. The power up ain't the worst. It was poorly executed by SIU. Yep. I take blame for this chapter. Whenever Rat got his power up, I said Khun will get blue flames. Yoduism. You weren't alone there though. A lot of us agreed that with Rat getting this power up, and we'll talk about it all and tie this all in. But we were saying that like if Rat just got one, Aguero's gonna get one, and we even extended it to endorse you. So that's not on you. We all manifested that happening. But again, it's hard pressed for me to believe that you didn't think that was already gonna happen naturally. Oh, that's what I'm like. Why does something feel different in my OBS? I don't have the chat up. I put the chat up in my OBS now. Docs. Stats? No, chat. There it is. Come on, load. Load! Why is it not loading? Okay then. Let's try again. Why does it hate me? Hello? Alright then, never mind. Oh, there we go. There we go. There we go. There we go. Uh-oh. Okay, uh-oh. I'm just gonna drag this down. So anyways, yeah. What do you think the consequences of the sweet fish, the fish will be? I don't think he'll actually suffer any real consequences as a result of using the sweet fish. Initially, it was supposed to like burn him up or consume him in flames, but when he used it this time, he said he was frozen or cold. We know he has an ice spear and ice ability related to Kunaduan, so I feel like that's somehow going to tie into his ice related Shinsu property conversion ability or Shinsu shape, Shinsu quality. Sorry, I go by Godai's old translation sometimes, so I don't think he'll actually suffer any consequences. Or when he does, something immediately will happen. Let's say like I could literally imagine it's like I overused it. Ah, and Bam is like, good, no, boop, and he's good to go. He's good to go. Right, he's healed. We're still trying to figure out how, like, okay, Bam's our Lord and Savior, but we're still trying to figure out how he decompressed Rack or took Rack out of his ancient form. You just, he just decided, no more Rack. You're not yourself when you're hungry. Have a Kit Kat or Snickers, whatever the goddamn commercial is, and then he calmed his ass down. So, yeah, I'll take blame. Wait, I read it already. But to be fair, what he's doing with Dumas is at the same time level of Lobadan, he is carrying this arc. Great character. Wait, what? Who is doing? Willie. I'm not sure who you're referring to. Aguero. So the fish went from orange flare to blueberry. Yep. With the writing, I won't be surprised that Endorsi will be revealed to be Trump's secret love child, something like that, to give all his anima before he died. I was saying, I think I brought up her getting an anima because someone said if Endorsi got a power up, this like, what would she get? I'm like, I don't know, the Frost Bear. And Dorsey as Overlord I can get behind. No, you don't. You know what's funny? Aguero says that using the fish will have bad consequences, but still uses it, while Bam has no consequences for using his full powers and doesn't use it. Yep, sounds cringe. Bam getting beaten by Dumas was ridiculous. Not really, because he's not trying. Well, I'm gonna go through all of it. Like I think this week I might calm y'all down a little bit, just a little bit. Again, it's not good. It's not. We're not in a good place, but I got y'all this week. This week, I got the positivity. I'ma carry it. All right. I'm the nice guy this week. Dang, would be more interesting if you had to use ice Shinsu to counter the sweet fish heat. That'd be interesting. People are mad because Khun was able to hurt Dumas. There's that, yeah, but don't always simplify to something that like like sometimes like I get what you're saying. And I'm not saying what you're saying is wrong, but sometimes people downplay the overall issue a community is having with something by writing it by giving like a one liner. I'm gonna give you a Star Wars example. People have a lot of problems with the new Star Wars trilogy, not because raise a girl or women empowerment or feminism. It's trash. But what does Kathleen Kennedy everyone say? Oh, you just don't like it because now we have people of color. Now we have the women. Like you're fucking up the lore. You're not staying consistent with the mythos of Star Wars and the continuity of it, and it's bothering people. So I don't like those dismissive ass comments sometimes. But I'm not saying you were doing that. Every Lord and Savior needs his apostles. Yep, Bam's our Lord and Savior. It's Khun, mate. Khun is your God now. Only way to at least save the lore is if the high ranker that gave the fish to Khun was a region of the Yeon family. Don't mistake with their writing will still be trash, but lore will be saved. But Yeon Woon was already revealed to be a little different in his family and special, that his flames don't really burn, they heal. So they have kind of already got that going on a little bit, if we're being quite honest. What's up, Lizard? My SIU was doing great with Dumas and Lobadan. His last. Oh, okay, yeah, yeah. Lobadan is good. I think Dumas is solid for the role that he's playing, but I'd argue he's playing a role I don't find too interesting. But Lobadan has been great. I have no issue with Lobadan. My big issue with how everything has been going with Iraq and Kun and Adori's feat no longer means anything. Well, that was always going to be surpassed, I'd argue, but maybe not this easily, this early, this quickly. But you're right. Her being an A rank taking out a ranker now doesn't seem that special. If C rank regulars are taking out higher rankers, I get your point. Spells have been OP since they've been used against someone other than Bam. How do you think they'll be used going forward? I think I'm gonna quote what Lizard said, because he hasn't explained magic spells and the conditions behind them, how they're used, utilize the limitations, drawbacks, and whatnot. He'll use spells to get himself out of tricky situations. So if he writes himself into a corner, let's say some character is trapped in a dimension and they can't in like a prison, like a dimensional prison. Aguero can hit you with the what? Um, I remember a spell when I took White's power, and then I don't know, try turn your soul into something and pass through the barrier and escape. Like he'll use spells to get himself out of tricky situations. Or yeah, so bring Arthur you back. I just don't like the fact that Kun and Iraq are comparable between RKB. Kun should be definitely the weakest, but by no means a pushover. Yeah. Also, he was out of commission for like 2 years because his heart blew up. And I've always said he got out that shit and passed the test with Rack with flying colors like he didn't miss a beat. Rack should be embarrassed. This is why I was so mad about the Rack shit. Pay attention, y'all. Keep up with me. What does Ocho say? Stay with me now. Stay with me now. Finn is wasted. We all thought Bam was going to break the spell, but SLU said, "Ha, nope, Aguero. He's your god now. Pledge allegiance." Am I remembering wrong? Wasn't it said that Enryu was the only one who could create life? Do the word people not count, or is this a retcon? It could be retroactive continuity. It could be that I believe Liroro was the one who made that comment. He might be an unreliable narrator. Like, how would he know that for sure, right? He never met them. The first irregular he met was Bam. Can you guys hear that? Hope y'all don't have to hear that. Liu wrote an okay chapter, so waiting for SAU to come back. How do you think climbing the tower will continue with Bam already at higher ranker level? Is he going to take administrator's test every floor because he should easily get to the top otherwise? Yeah, administrator's test seems to be the only way to inject some type of challenge. But can I be real with y'all for a second? I I hope I am absolutely 112% wrong on this. I do not want to be right. I do not think SIU cares about the climb anymore. I don't think the climb matters. I think more often than not, we'll go to floors to do things and kind of speed run through doing the tests. So like let's say it's time to go to Wall Hike Sung and we're on floor 75. We'll just time skip. Oh, Bam and company did the to quote Sydney, the Dinga Unga Bunga Flame fire test and passed it with flying colors, and then they moved on. So that's what I think. So yeah. Uh, this is how I wanted TOD to do. Climb to floor 134, fight Jihad, face a big loss, run away, go training in the tower to get stronger and defeat Jihad. I don't think that was ever in the cards. I think by the time they reached the 134th floor, because of how they're progressing, they were going to be, or at least Bam was going to be comparable to take out somebody like a Jihad or a Family Head. But I hear you. I hear you. He said, "Talk to these niggas." AA has been impressing the FUG Slayers. Aguero has secretly been impressive in a lot of characters, and he has some things that make him look better than Bam, like this situation. And I don't care. I don't care how nitpicky it is. It's completely bad optics and a terrible artistic decision to have family leaders flexing how powerful they are. Bam is like, and Aguero just like unfazed. Like, bro, who does he think he is? Who does this nigga think he is? Khun needs this external power up since he's not talented in Shinsu. You think he's untalented in Shinsu? I wouldn't say he's untalented. He's just not as gifted as some of the best. Could at least the other soul brother in charge now teach Khun? No. Only White. Not Vincente. You guys want to see Vincente? Why? Fuck that nigga. We don't fuck White. We're done with White. Any version. I don't care what. I don't want to see Albeda, David. Just leave me alone. I'm done with them. It's over. It's over. You said I'm fucking late. You're not late, bro. I hope White Knight is fighting the good fight. He's not. To tell you that right now, he's not. For being real, Karaka don't really deserve the Slayer title. I thought his immortality was something special to him. Now we know that other people can also use something similar. I mean, I would argue that he didn't deserve his title even beyond that. But yeah, his immortality armor gimmick isn't something unique to him. Though I'm not entirely sure how it works with Dumas. I haven't even gotten to get any of my thoughts off yet. Y'all trauma dumping. Did I miss anything? Could at least the others? Oh yeah, I read that already. They gotta get out of the hands of Trauma and Gustang, then they can resume the climb. I just don't see him caring about that again. And like after some of the things that you've seen, would you care? I guess execution is everything. If the administrators can somehow create a really engaging test that will challenge even higher rankers, I suppose. But I don't know that I care anymore. Just go to the floor, do the main quest with a couple side quests, and go to the next floor. I don't even think I care about tests anymore. I don't think he cares either, but that's just my personal opinion. I think at most what you'll do is when you get a conflict, so let's say Bam goes to floor 62, and it's like, oh, we're facing the blue holes from this generation. They're all high ranker level. At best, we'll get a game like, all right, regular, oh, irregular, let's play the seed game. You gotta plant the seed and defend the seed, and if you water the seed and it grows into a tree, you like we'll get games. I don't know that we'll get floor tests anymore. Again, I want to be wrong though. I don't know. I'm here. Nah, I'd play chess. Aguero. It's 50-50 because to do the client properly, he needs to do like another 15 years, and I don't know if she wants to write TOD for that long. His speed is shit, and sometimes he slows down. The whole regulars beating rankers would be egregious if it was revealed that Adori wasn't the only regular to beat a ranker in history beforehand. True. If Loose like really desperate, he can just give the Slayer title to someone, some elder, random higher ranker, FUG, the Karaka. Not everyone thinks that FUG is free food. I think the elders have peaked, and that's the thing. I think the end of the day, people like Karaka and Yama could still get stronger. He said, "Yo, I just caught a live. Welcome, Desh." I feel like everything Dumas said last chapter applied to Aguero too, to some degree. Everyone definitely beat Aguero as a kid, and that's the only way he stands there unmoved by Gustang and trauma buff. Okay, it would be better, but that's him magically knowing how to do. Bam got no diff with legs while couldn't tank a spear attack that tear through Jingsung and Vanquish. Vanquish? You mean Jinsong, Yama, and Karaka? What the fuck is Vanquish? What's Vanquish? I got one more in me. SC when it comes to putting White and his siblings back into the story. SC must be forgetting who his MC is. No, he doesn't forget that. Aguero should at least shiver a bit. Yeah, Urek versus Lusek was fire this week. Absolutely, it was. We're not talking about that, by the way, just so you know. We're talking about 12 weeks ahead. So if you're not caught up, I don't think we'll see the test anymore. I think the rest of the floors will be a speed run. Is exactly how I feel. Tower of Nepotism. He could do another workshop battle, but in the different floors, that being the climax test. About the rivers that don't know where they come from should be destroyed. He is also agreed with the logic. I'd love to see him train his Shinsu. He has to have two attributes: ice, lightning. Talking about Aguero, Aguero would have fire too, most likely now, or at least the developing fire. Test probably won't be shown anymore unless they directly advance the plot. Precisely, it's the seed test. Grow the seed and act like a tree. Dumas looks badass, crazy. 3v1 coming. I just hope SIU pulls it off correctly. He has been skipping test fights. He might not care about them in the past now. Maybe you could say that, but I argue season 3 we really haven't done any at all. That's my point. Here's a question: are you interested in seeing games? Because I'm not. The suspendium killed it for me. That's fair. I mean, the cat tower wasn't great. The what do they call it? The canine tooth festival. Like, what are we doing, bro? I don't know. Trauma, Poison Dragon. Oh, Vanquish. Yes, true, Vanquish. Sorry. There we go. Damn, I couldn't remember what that was. Yeah, it burned it melted his arms, and I don't think he could heal his arms because the family had dragon. Suspendium was not used for a time skip or waste. To be honest, I don't care about the test. It's always the conflicts of the big events. No floor test moved me outside of season 1 and Meal loved. Workshop was cool because of who was there and the interaction. These past few weeks tell me that Khun and Rack will be fighting family head level people in the future. What Nas said. Don't really see us going back to normal tower climbing anymore. Sadly, this is going to be just family head drama. Karaka is TOG's potential, man. Let's be real. We don't see Karaka potential realized with the way SU writes lately. I agree. I just been spoiling myself watching your videos, but if this is the next stretch of weeks, is it just trash? After a wreck fight, I might catch up to. Yeah, I would say just speed run and catch up. This last chapter, in my opinion, wasn't that bad, but it kind of falls off a cliff, in my opinion, for a few weeks after the Loose Like and Mazzino conflict. My opinions on the chapter, I haven't gotten the chance to speak about it. Y'all, like I said, y'all have a lot to say. You have to slow down. Karaka can get fun, useful tools. Okay, copium. For no particular reason, I want Garnak to train Bam. FUG wins the custody wars. Still confused why Vankel didn't train Rack at all. Because she's a fucking bum. But yeah, that was not it. Tyler, you can't hold out forever. Join us. Join us. One of us. One of us. All right, now it's my turn. Now it's my turn. I need to get my takes off, bro. I haven't had a chance. I haven't had a chance yet. I will repeat one thing that I did say a little bit. Sorry, just one quick sec. I did blow my nose. Okay. Um, let's get to the opinion. Also, true, Croco deserves better. I also want to see Rack fight the Spider Queen. I think could be a pervert matchup. Is Rack a pervert? You right, Johnny. I can't hold it forever. I might as well catch up today. Where can I catch up? I got you. I'll post it in the chat. You could go to Cosmic Scan. Literally Google Cosmic Scans, and you'll find their stuff there. But I posted that in the chat. That's the other one. Because I read two translations at a time when I do them. I would argue if we see Karaka reach his potential after these power ups, look up Yama. I don't care anymore. It doesn't move me. I just don't care anymore. Naya suffering from an active chat, suffering from success. I'm not used to this. I mean, when the chapters with Loose Like Yourself were big, we were all excited. But yeah, like usually I can keep up with my chat. The nest has been super long. Agreed. They stopped the climb to get Jinsung, get in the nest, which seems to be all a part of Macheni's revolution plans. Lots of websites. Just look on Google. Seriously, as a scout, technically he could work with powerful tools, though. Listen, I'm not here. Fuck Karaka. Fuck that nigga. All right, we're not here to talk about Karaka. He's not important. He sucks. He stinks. All you do is lose. I'm done. I'm not any more Karaka comments will be skipped. I don't care. It's not the- I feel like games in season 1, especially, were way more interesting because you didn't know who would win. There was a multiple teams in each arc season 1, unlike season 3 where we know Bam team wins. Yep. Um, I still laugh about how Rack was crying he wasn't prey and one and one shot's a high ranker. It was he literally threw a temper tantrum. It was hilarious. So thanks, gang. Still laugh at how. Oh yeah, I read that. Normally would read Cosmic, but the PDF the chapters haven't been hidden, so I just been reading one. I do both for the translations, not for necessarily the quality of the scans. Seriously, any Slayer that got one shotted like Karaka should get their title revoked. Like the stream, yes, like the stream, y'all. Like the stream. LMAO. All right. Did I read everything? Okay, it's my turn. It's my turn. It's my turn. First and foremost, if I'm being as impartial, as objective, and as unbiased as I can be, I don't think this was a good chapter. Like from top to bottom, and I think a lot of wonky things were written into there that just kind of made me laugh. But again, call me an asshole for this. I expect this from this nigga now, SIU. I expect that from him. I don't have faith like that. So like nothing he did shocked me in that sense. Okay? And then two, I thought it was funny because characters were saying and doing things that I couldn't take seriously. I don't think he was trying to be comedic. Like seeing Bam getting ragdolled by Dumas is fake tension. I'm not there like, Bam, Bam, get up. Bam, keep fighting. Please. Oh my God. No. Like, bro, he's fine. Like, he's fine. And he's not trying. He's not trying. Like, Bam is so fucking funny to me. Cause at least like I'm gonna use the same example I asked on Twitter, but at least with Goku, you know he has Saiyan heritage where he gets hard for fights. Where he like Goku enjoys tickle butt where he will not go all out immediately. He will go form by form and then fight you at full power. But let's remove that for a second. I'm gonna ask you this question. I'm gonna wait, let you answer, and then we're gonna apply it to the Tower of God situation. So Goku is fighting. I'm gonna use the simiisms. Goku is fighting Inga Dinga from planet Unga Bunga. Big threat, universal galaxy, multi-universal solar system, whatever the fuck. All right. If that guy wins, it's over. Everything's over. Goku is getting his ass beat, but he's an SSJ1. I am not saying the opponent is who he's fighting doesn't have more power they can use, but Goku for no good reason is just not transforming. It's not an ability that's stopping from transforming. It's not because Goku's testing it or because Goku's trying to have fun. He transformed to SSJ1 and just refuses to go further. Not 2, not 3, not God, not Blue, not Omen, not Mastered Ultra Instinct. What the fuck? What the fuck am I supposed to do with that? Would you guys be like, damn it, Goku's in trouble? My, I'm gonna wait. Is Goku in trouble if he's getting beat up in SSJ1? Or are you gonna be like he's in trouble if he's getting beat up in UI? I'll wait. Actually, I'll read comments while I wait. Like the stream. Leo, silence chat for weeks with mid something edible got people active now. Damn Naya, you already gave him Karaka stock, don't you? At one point was Karaka's biggest coper. You didn't the chapter where he got packed up by Dumas alongside Hajin Sung and Yama, I sold my stocks. You might have not been around those few weeks. I'm done with him. I'm done. Karaka's not in the top 10. I do not care anymore. It's too late. I do not like how even if the next chapter Kraka fucking creates a black hole and sucks everyone in and they look like it's too late. I do not like the way you told this character arc. You fucked it up. It's too Karaka cannot be saved in my eyes. If you're a Karaka fan and you're holding out, more power to you. Because if I was a Rack fan, I would be pissed off at how Rack got the power up because I believe Rack deserves better. Just giving my character something cool doesn't make me happy if there isn't a level of seamlessness, continuity, or building up to that moment. I don't like handouts. That's just me though. I was mad when he became a high ranker during the 2 year skip, because now he has less excuses for looking like a fucking punk in comparison to his other Slayer, like White and Yama. Obviously, this chapter wasn't good on its own. I'm just hyped for the real fight next week. Rachel and Huarun have reappeared out of season 1 and season 2. Cass, who do you think will reappear next? Someone from Team Sweet and Sour, or maybe an old ranker like Lee Roro or something. That's my best guess. I'm home today, so maybe it'll come through if you fine with that. I mean, you could come, but then I have to get my mic and go upstairs and dodge all the debris. But if you want to come, let me know. My friends are in danger. I won't use my full power. You see, you know exactly. You see where I'm going with this. Like Dumas didn't just throw his carrier, broke through that barrier that Aguero put up, and ripped through Bam and them, and he's still not. He's like, okay, I'll use one thorn. Like this nigga is not serious. I feel nothing watching him get ragdolled. I'm laughing at this. He's not trying. He could have at least pulled out his true self mode, two thorns, the Black March, and remember the cutlery, the Red Theresa, we've seen it use multiple levels, like the Houndborn transformation. He used level one. Like nothing he's doing is moving me. I don't. Babs being unserious. So I always have it in subscriber mode now. Yes, you have to be a subscriber for 5 minutes to comment. It's not even that long. But yes, I did mean to do that. I did that a long time ago. I mean, I called Bam not holding back from a mile away in Discord. I was so obvious, and I was still malding. It was that bad. Inga Dinga already sounds more competent than all the Dragon Ball supervillains. It just build up like filler in the fight between the real fight. But Johnny, what's the fucking point of that? That's a waste of time. You're literally calling it filler. Do we is SIU in such great health and whatnot that he has time to not be as efficient as humanly possible? He's not in great health. He's always hurt. He's working through the hurt, and that's to take a hiatus. He's not being efficient. So this is a bad storytelling decision. Don't do that. Um, where was I? Not in the beginning of the fight. No, sorry. Yeah, right. He just unserious. And you know how strong Dumas is. You saw what he did to your master Yama and Karaka, right? And to you, technically. The only thing that interests me about Karaka is the connection to Jihad. I don't know if you caught up, but a similar thing happened in One Piece with a character me saying which. Oh, One Piece is not in a better position. I'm not fucking with One Piece right now. I have not read it in like 4 weeks. Yes, all right, Karaka, yes. Naya, this is Tower of Handouts. Oh, I know. But I don't like them. Just me saying I don't like handouts doesn't change what Tower of God is. It's fine. Oh my god. Um, I don't know. I'm working on my top 10. It'll come out in a few weeks. Handout power ups have fatigued me lately in all series, not just TOG. I actually have been seeing it across the board, so I'm not tired of it. I told you I was skipping your Karaka comments. I'm done talking about him. At least Dumas design goes hard. Indeed. That's Goku though. Indeed. Is this arc worse or better than the Nest, or do we need to see the end to evaluate SLU? I have to see how it ends. Um, sensual bean to sell sensu bean. You want some armored yams? Has Bam reached Raziel from those levels of tension killing yet? I'm gonna comment that in a second. We'll circle back to that. Khun should struggle way more, even if he pulls that off. He shouldn't make it without it looking rough. What SIU is trying to pull Toriyama during the Frieza fight, like when it was revealed that Goku had been using Kaioken times 10 already. No, he's not doing that. People are trying to defend best by saying Dumas is way too fast when he literally used the Thorn and Red Theresa mid fight. Why the mental gymnastics? No, I feel you. I feel you. Okay, Noblesse is my first webtoon that I ever read from Line, Naver, everything like that. Cadmus Estrama de Raziel is a bit of a tension breaker, but I see him similar to a Light than One Punch Man. It's not really about when Saitama comes, you know he's gonna win, but that's kind of not the point. It's more so about the other characters like Frankenstein and whatnot. Like I look at it that way. But granted, me and Alan have always made the joke when Raziel does finally appear, we start speaking about the next arc. Like, oh, this is done. He's here. He's gonna say Neil, Bloodfield, you're dead, you're dead. We're done. We're moving on. I don't think it's that crazy yet because he was clearly the top of the verse essentially from the beginning of the story, whereas these characters are building to get there, though they have the potential and talent to stand at the top. So I wouldn't go that far yet. No. But anyways, yeah. Long story short, if Bam was at least had two thorns out, the Black March, maybe the shield, his like little horn, the blue and the whatever, or maybe whatever, if he can consciously use the dark twist, dark change mode that he used against White, I'd be like, you might be in a little bit of danger, but he's not trying. So I don't know what to do with this. So yeah, we should really skip the game before the game. Yep. This arc has better stretchers than the Nest, but like a heart monitor can go flat. Doop. like Bellarire's tattoo on his head. The things that separate Karak. Oh my god. The true Raziel. Okay, all right, fine. The thing that separate Karak from other Slayers with the other Slayer, we have something to look forward to. Yama, full Tron. Yeah, okay, cool. Raziel is that. Until Bam ignites, he ain't serious. Yeah, he's just not really trying. So it's just kind of what the I don't know. I don't know how to do with that. So it's just yeah. So again, I laughed seeing him being ragdoll. Second thing that made me laugh was Rack and Aguero's commentary. Aguero said something along the lines, I don't remember the quote verbatim, but it was like, Bam, what are you doing here? I thought you were in trouble. Don't worry about me. I could take. Bro, you are in danger. Work with your friends. You need all three of y'all to do something to take Dumas out. Like, why did he say that? Like, who did he think he was? Who did he think we thought he was? And who did he think we thought he thought he was? Like Rack and Bam know you. You're not that cold, nigga. You're not beating Dumas by yourself. You need our help. And then Brack being like, "My spear will find his heart." No, it's not. You suck. Who do you don't win fights? You think because you just had that you didn't even remember what you did like 5 minutes ago? Like no, like I was legitimately laughing because I'm like, who you trying to trick me? I read the story. Give a fuck about. I'm not taking Rack seriously. Mad Shocker, Ancient Speed, not about to do nothing. So, uh, but yeah. Now, I think the next thing that's interesting is Aguero becoming God, always being God. And I want to know how you guys took the situation with him pulling out the IU or sweet fish, talking about how White's power has directly affected the ability of the sweet fish, and then him being like, I got spells, baby! Abracadabra, Flipendo, Wingardium Leviosa on your bitch ass. Because I know that bothered everybody, but I just thought it was hilarious, and I'm like, all things considered, and I'm doing the thing that I hate that everybody in my life does, and I'm not doing it, but I'm doing it. But just bear with me. It's better than what we've been getting. Like usually he wouldn't explain at all how he's doing these things. Well, I'm like, I guess I'll take it. It's a slight improvement than like the form he's been in for quite some time, but yeah, hold on. I wonder if he went straight to Discord. Now that I'm thinking about it, because he didn't get back to me. No, he didn't. Okay. But yeah, yeah, it's two pieces of shit. One shit smells slightly better, and I'm going, well, this one smells bad. This one, but they're both pieces of shit, so it doesn't matter. But I just wanted to throw that out there. But how do y'all feel about it? Is Bam arrogant? That would be an interesting way to handle it, but SLU won't. I don't think so. I think Bam is legit masochist, but still no excuse to not go all out. It's not even about going all out. Try harder. He's not even like he's not. It's like in the battle after your friend's gonna attack when he's trying to like, okay, I'll use a thorn, I guess. Like, but he also did this against Godot. But even though it was still stupid because his life was in danger, a Van Kel called him to use the thorn. Like, I don't know what's wrong with bro. Bam unironically took the green mohawk Lopabia fraud more seriously than Dumas. SIU, what do you want to write? He did pull out Leviathan. You're not. Whew. I do believe anything that Bam do except the dark mode, Leviathan, and Black Mars Dumas can be it. Khun's barrier missed getting that white power up. That's what I'm saying, but we'll circle back to that. What makes these chapters bad is that there's only one focus. At least give me some lore or other character interactions. Bam knows he isn't in danger because he has couldn't interact with him. The strongest high ranker on the floor. What are they, regulars? Aguero was fine, but Bam needs to stop being an idiot. Speaking about noblesse, SLU should learn from any of the author. He sidelined the human characters early on when the power got too crazy, which SLU can't do to have been the plot. Yeah, because there was Sun Wu, whatever his name was, the red haired dude, and he was actually for a regular human. And we thought he'd get enhanced and fight, but yeah, they got sidelined eventually just to be friends of Raziel and humanize him. Aguero's power up would have been more acceptable on someone besides Dumas. Oh, he has a bad habit of doing that too. He picks like the worst and some of the strongest characters that have people like Bam cracking a hole in nigga in Caliban of all people. Like Jesus Christ. Like okay, like he does it a lot. So fair enough. How would you fix a situation that SC has wrote himself into having Bam constantly hold back to make Monday characters seem relevant? So okay, I'm glad you qualified that by say by. I'm glad you specified that specific thing because I don't like when people are like, "How would you fix it?" Because when people ask me how I'd fix the story, you have to understand that me and SIU don't work the same. I wouldn't be in the position he's in right now because if I was writing this story, we would have never have gone in this direction at all. But um, it's really not that complicated. He's not someone who's like excited for fights or anything. He fights for his own reasons, his friends, and to complete the goals that will help them all out. Just let him take the appropriate level of seriousness depending on his opponent. I'm fighting another regular. You're not like what's his name? Bagarav, Mad Dog. I don't. You have the blood Tamara, but you're not a problem. I don't need any ancillary abilities. Oh, I'm fighting a high ranker. I might need I might need two thorns or a thorn in the black march. Like all he has to do is just generally kind of gauge his opponent, or at least based off their initial attack, be like, "Ooh, that's kind of dangerous. Let me take this more seriously." That's all he has to do. We've seen him in situations where he's kind of analyzing what's going on and adapting. I present to you Bam versus Lopo Bia Ren when his arm got taken and the leech created the second Ren. He's like, I feel like my arm is still there, but it's not there. Like he was thinking through the problem. That's all he has to do. Like it's not a hard fix. He just doesn't ever try ever. Like Jihad can come down and start smacking everyone around, and Bam will running with one thorn. Like, what do you want to draw? Like, what are you doing? It's not a hard fix. I don't know where I was at. Sorry, you got to give me a second. Damn, I'm so far behind. Am I? No, I'm not. To be fair, it's more like Rack's power up, but it was so random. The next fight will be like the trio fighting Dumas. Bam will be nerfed just to adjust to Rack and Khun's level. I could see it. Him using spells is fine. It's just the way it was done was out of nowhere and he didn't struggle. I actually closed the chapter a bit after seeing the Sweet Fist. The translation helped explain it, but I still didn't like the development. And I think you have the right opinion. You shouldn't accept that. It's garbage. I'm just at this point to me, I'm just like this shit is it's comedy. Like I'm the comedian from Watchmen. Your lack of belief in Kun and Rock right now is like your lack of belief in Bam being ranker level in the last station. You're gonna regret going against the two gods of the tower. It's not even about him going all out. He's not even using the bare minimum. That's really my point. I could accept that maybe he has to be emotionally triggered to get into dark twist, dark change mode, but the things we already know he can use, he's not using, and I can't take that seriously. I thought it was fine to be honest. Obviously, the power scale is messed up, but I don't care enough to be mad about it. Maybe Kun will get some more power after this as well. That's kind of where I'm at. Kun got the spells, Bam got the crown, Soul Stone's coming next. Not the Soul Stone. I enjoy Goku's way of doing opponents far more than Bam. He generally likes to test the water. Again, Ken, I need you. You're not. You're doing exactly what Thing did. I'm presenting you the situation the way that I presented it. I removed the Saiyan biology factor. I only used Goku because he was a simple example. You could switch that for Ichigo, Naruto, Luffy, whoever. Luffy refuses to go Gear Third, Fourth, Snake Man. Well, Snake Man is part of Gear Fourth, Gear Fifth for no good reason in a fight where he's getting mixed. Are you moved? Like you don't have to use Goku. I usually the SIU to state knowledge to state knowledge was transferred to Kun because that spell seems too complex to learn by seeing it once and just use on the whim. Pokemon Elite Trainer Dumas has appeared. Pokemon Trainer Bam, what will you do? Water Dragon God Leviathan return. Cutlery level 1. I choose you. Exactly. Oh man. Where was I at? I lost it. I lost where was that? Plus how OP can be on people. My rock powers aren't working, but white spear I got from white turtle can cut the soul. Do you think we might find someone smarter and luckier than Aguero? I want you to explain to me why he's lucky. Why is he lucky but smarter? I think Shibisu smarter than him. I have that video. It's called "Is Aguero is Shibisu equally as intelligent as Aguero or Shibisu?" So I think Shibisu is smarter than him. I didn't like season 2 when Dorsey did this with the fourth wall break, which he mentioned. She threw the sleep dude and called him Snorlax. Stuff like that takes me out of it. I get you. I hear that. Hey, with Caliban, it's shown that he could specifically cut him with his weird powers and it made sense. No, that wasn't the point, Mario Cat. The point was a lot of times a situation we would accept a lot better if the opponent wasn't of the level of caliber, status, and state that they are. Caliban, like Bam at that point hadn't really beaten a ranker even, but he cracked a core commander. Like, and the first person to look at Bam and be like, "You're overrated," was Caliban. Like, it took somebody in Jihad's army who leads men and people and troops to look at him and be like, "You kind of sorry." Like, not an A rank regular, not a regular ranker, not a new ranker. Like that was the point of the argument. Bam staying in base form versus Dumas is insane, indeed. What are your predictions after this arc? If Trom dies, there will be an all-out war. Most likely, this could be SAU's having Bam fighting the front lines off screen and focus on others. That's not happening. You guys, I love. Bless your guys' heart. Bless your guys' heart. You have so much belief and faith and optimism. Bam will never not be the focus. Abandon hope of he'll get sealed or lose his. None of that shit's happening. Bam will always be the focal point. You might go away for a chapter or two or three, but he will never not be the main focus. That's number one. That's not changing. It's never going to change. Two, what else did you say? Um, I just think there'll be a power vacuum, and somebody will try to fill that void if one of the family heads dies. But I don't know. I can't predict anything in this series. I don't know. Does Bam view Dumas weaker than White, or is he that much stronger than Den? I don't know. These are things that would be nice to hear him think about in his head, but he don't do that. Bam needs to reflect, indeed. The problem with TOG is lack of explanation, and he self keeps the lore, but maybe he does that to please the casual readers. I'm gonna ask you this, Willie, and I'll extend this rest of the chat. If you have a long established series or franchise that's being propped up and being held up by the people who are the fans, the ones who look at every nook and cranny, the super enthusiast. Do you think it's more important to cater to the people who got you to where you are or and held you up or the fucking casual? My problem with a lot of companies, they try to get in a bunch of casual fans, they dumb shit down, and you lose the people who got you there. I don't want Street Fighter to be easier and more accessible. Take the goddamn time it took for us to get good at fighting games. Go in the fucking lab and train, bitch. Auto combo, square, 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 square. I don't know if Street Fighter 6 has that, but my point is, fuck that. You stay with the people who got you there, and you do what you can to bring in new people without alienating the old ones. So Naya, do you think that this is the worst arc of TOG, or if I'm not mistaken, do you still think the cage? I mean, for the time being, I'll still say the cage nest, the cage, because this is not done yet. For all I know, something turns around. Because when Loose Like and Mazzino came, I thought maybe we are gonna hit a little bit of a paradigm shift here, and that didn't happen for too long. We got like 6 weeks of good shit, and then we fell back off. So yeah, a full powered White had to literally tell Bam to go all out. Yeah, just got Bam to use his true self form. Like this dude is Bam's a masochist for no reason. SAU's a good right. I would take the arc surrounding the regulars, even if he has to go from higher rankers. A character being a stronger level doesn't move me. Wagner arc. Do you like White's impact on the story, or do you are also disappointed with him like other Slayers? White was one of the SIU's best characters, most menacing characters, and he went out. Here, I'm not. I don't want to rehash the whole White thing. I've talked about it ad nauseum the entire time it was going on. Go back and find those videos. White, White went out with a whimper and not a bang. And with how great he was utilized, I'd argue he's still the most evil character we had seen in a lot of ways. He just didn't deliver when the lights were the brightest. He didn't appear the way he needed to. When was the last time we saw Wagner? I don't remember. It's true. SIU thinks it's the casual at the moment. When we get the three great adventure flashback, but Bam ends up in the arc with some time travel BS, so he still ends up the MC of the arc. I've spent years, literal years, thinking and anticipating about TOG and the beautiful lore it created just to get this shit back. I'm with you, Big Jaw. I'm with you. I've been reading this since the last examination, so I started reading this in around 2010. I'm like a decade plus into the game, bro. I can't believe we're here. decently good at writing, but the tone has shifted massively to the point where it isn't really good focus on regulars anymore. Sadly, it's the industry we're living in. That's why I love small niche franchises. That's why I'm an indie merchant myself. But I got there in 2015. I think people are now are starting to get mad with your AAA gaming companies, your Disneys, your whatnot. I was there in like 2015. I was like, this shit is all garbage. And Undertale was like the lot. Like when I played Undertale, I'm like, yo, one nigga pretty much made this. You have all these resources and money and a team, and one dude named Toby Fox, for the most part, created this game. Y'all stink. I'm done with y'all. Never looked back with games, comics, movies, whatever. I'm done with them. White was menacing until he dressed up like Freddy Krueger. TOG can beat the older allegations of focus on the NPC. I don't think SLU or Oda can really beat that. But okay. Back to Aguero though. Now that I caught back up with the comments. Here's what I found interesting about the whole thing. All right. So I was under the impression, in my belief, well back when they all got a portion of White's ability, Rack and Aguero became, if you will, the lowest bottom tier echelon of ranker. I think the stat boost, I think they got a general stat boost to speed, durability, power, and now they can fly, it seems. Right? So I think they're actually ranker level. Maybe I'm wrong, but that's just my best guess. What I didn't know was how White's power was specifically going to interact with these individuals. We have no idea with Bam yet, right? Because Bam was burning the souls, I believe. Did Bam burn them all up? Are some still there? Or did Bam replace the souls with the crown? We don't know. Aguero comments on the fact that the sweet fish was directly altered by White's power. And like Scope said, when you absorb, was that part of White's soul or essence or whatever the fuck it was? Did you also transfer knowledge? Because it sounds like to me the spell that he used was the one that White used to kind of amass power. Now, an extra layer to this is Aguero helped White complete himself when people were dying, and he was using the sweet fish to kind of power him up. So maybe that is literally when he learned the spell or saw the spell and was like, And then with getting White's power, did he gain additional knowledge? Or just because he had White's power boost, he felt like he could do it now and he couldn't before? None of that's clear. I'm just throwing paper at the wall to see what sticks. I'm not saying anything's right or wrong or good or bad. I'm just throwing out all the ideas in my head and how I interpreted this. The last one is, wouldn't it be strange if if IU affected the sweet if White's power affected the sweet fish, but nothing else really? Why isn't his lighthouses or barriers better or stronger? Just the sweet fish? Like, that's interesting to me. And why? These things matter. They go a long way. They're small tidbits, but they go a long way. And then conversely, I was thinking, okay, was Rack's power up actually just an emotional boost because he threw a temper tantrum? And that was always in Rack. Rack always was an ancient. We always knew we had that in him, but he never did anything to showcase it. Or did White's power accelerate his ability to get that ability? To get that. Now Rack is stupid as fuck, and he was in a trance. So other people had to comment on what he was doing. I don't think he's smart enough to know that White's power would do something like that to him. Do we think White's power affected that Rack transformation, or was that all Rack? And we have yet to see how White's power will interact with Rack. Maybe it's the Spear of the Ancient or Mad Shocker or whatever. Like, what are we thinking? I know I threw a lot out there. If you need me to repeat it, I will. But I'm gonna pause. I'm gonna pause there. White weight. The reason why companies want to please casuals is because the casuals are more numerous. Same thing with One Punch Man. The manga dumbed down the story from the webcomic to appease casuals. I understand the business minded decision behind it, but it's this like hot take. I don't hate capitalism. I think capitalism has pros and cons to it. What I try to tell people is we do not actually live in a capitalist society. This is not capitalism what we live in. The people at the top have all the money, all the power, hoard all of it, and distribute it the way they want to do. So we don't actually live in that. But put that aside for a second, right? I believe every company's base basic function should be acquire currency and funds, especially for the shareholders and whatnot. That's your job. So I'm never mad if you're pursuing money. But how fucking greedy are some of you motherfuckers? You have something great going, it's perfectly fine. You're at the top, and then you're like, what if we risked everything by completely shattering the base we have to bringing a bunch of people who don't fucking care about this specific thing? That's my problem. There's a way to do it. I've seen series get new people without alienating the old one. Whether it's something you're reading, playing, or watching, it could be done. It's really not that hard in my opinion. So yeah. You know what's wild? The stat boost was just a method to mask how powerful they truly are until it needs to be revealed in the story. I saw Tanglo. I'm like, who? But then I seen the Milios thing. What's up, Milios? How you doing, brother? Yeah, it just SIU's a mess right now. By the way, bro, I'm setting up the discussion. So you gotta get that going. Okay, you might have burned them in the arrow. Did Vicente help? I don't know. Maybe the Vincente spell what Leviathan helped, possibly. That's a good point. It's not clear, but I believe he had a hunch he can do the spell if he tried, but it being that strong is kind of wild. Vincente explaining spells and could listening at least would have not made it magical. Yeah, but actually I'm gonna leave it alone. Fuck it. People want Baam to get sealed for X years so we can see other POVs. Knowing Liu, the chapter after he gets sealed will start with the world 100 years. The chosen one awakens. Facts, facts. Well, we know both Rock and Khun can control their powers. That's a problem. The next goal for their own characters moving forward. I'd argue Aguero probably can to some degree. He doesn't understand he doesn't understand the minutiae of the power set, but he's smart enough to figure it out. Rack's an asshole. Rack's an idiot. For him, it's probably more troublesome. I'm not saying Aguero doesn't have things to figure out, but because he's cerebral, he'll work through that quicker than someone like Rack. It's annoying how one pound for SU could fix all this. Yep, a boring ass Bam. Do you think SU is aware of the weird things he is doing? No, he hasn't. I don't think he's aware. I don't think he sees it that way. And I don't think a lot of the fan base does. I want you to go online and web tube after every comment. All it is dick sucking and slurping. Just rod riding. Just riding rod. Oh my god, best shot ever. SIU, bam, so cute. Haha. Like this is just Mickey Mouse shit. He better use White's power in other areas. How long do you think this game will last? Another 2-3 months? Will we have a fight with Dumas? There's the Enkidu issue to be resolved. Also something with Endorsi since she has the king. I said 7 weeks ago, like 2 weeks ago. I'm gonna go like 4 months. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I can't predict something like that because he might speed up. He might unspeed up. Who knows what he wants to do? So sorry, I'm just gonna close this. Ugh, old man sounds. Fuck. Personally, I feel Rock owes to the ancient power in him. It's not personally, Johnny. You're right to think this. The story told us this art with the art and literature. Nobody is mad that he has this power. But how did we get there? Sorry, I got angry too quickly. I mean, really said. I mean, where did Johnny? Oh, there he is. In him and Rack's spear that Rack throws will have some sort of soul stuff or soul plane drama for the future. Fair. I agree with your take on the companies. It's like when they made Chopper in merch and fucked up his character entirely. Yeah. Now he's just a cute mascot, right? He's just a cute mascot character. Ooh, kawaii ne, Chopper. Why am I? Thank you. Like, why am I so? Was I dark? All right. Seriously, if that isn't Rack's own potential, that would just be weird. I don't. My point is more so like, did White accelerate how Rack's timeline, not necessarily that White's power gave him this ability. If I If I said that, I misspoke. I did, to make that clear. I'm not saying White's power gave Rack his form, but maybe accelerated or gave him an easier way to tap into it. Because now overall, he's just stronger across the board. I'm thinking Rack hasn't gotten his White boost yet. If he did, weird stuff that the SU didn't have. Mr. Rack's power reminds me of White or something. Okay, wear Monster Choppers merch. The Chosen is not coming. The Chosen One Awakens sound dope. I can't remember that what story or what that before, but I love the concept. SIU's assistants need to stop being yes men. They know it ain't good writing. Yeah, he has yes men around him for sure. I did the math in season 3 is already 33% of Tower of God. If you include the last station, 35. Imagine more than a third of your series being complete ass. I don't think the last station is complete ass. I think it's where the fissure started, but fair enough. 33%. I remember when in Dressrosa for One Piece, it was like 10% of the series. I'm like, that's crazy. He's a good editor too. Me. Pick me. What gave Khun the hunch he could do it? Why did he think of it in the situation? Him doing is one thing, but the explanation is ass. But we got one. But I can call back this. Here's what I would do, right? So here's how bright I am, right? I don't like things hitting you out the face nowhere. So I will do small things, even if they seem completely stupid, innocuous, and unimportant in the moment. You could be like, "That's why he did it." So imagine, right? White and Aguero talking, and like when White's cuckooing and I'm getting my power back, Aguero's looking like with a studious look in his eye. Dot dot dot. Doesn't say anything, or like you see him like tippy toe and look up, just like a small little extra glance to let it know he's analyzing something. Then Vincente, Leviathan, we're in a suspendium. We're doing spells, and Aguero was extra attentive and even asked questions like, how did you guys even start using spells? Oh, and that book, but like you do things like that. So then when he does it now with White's power, you could be like, he was trying to learn those things when he was studying White and Vincente. It's very small. I'm gonna use one of my favorite examples that I use all the time, and it's from One Piece, Water 7. The Water 7 saga, the greatest stretch of fiction that ever existed, in my opinion. I love when there's like double entendre when things happen. I'll give you two examples actually. So Zoro meets Kaku. He's asleep. Kaku comes to the going merry or whatever. First he says Usopp. No, not Usopp. He was I'm a shipwright. You're not a shipwright. You're lying. Now in the moment, that probably makes no sense to us. Like, why the fuck would he say that? What? Zoro, you tripping, bro. You thought he was Usopp. Like, you're not serious. But the fact of the matter was, he saw through his facade of being a shipwright. I'm not saying he knew he was a government assassin, but that small line shows you Zoro saw something more to the situation than I can call back and be like, oh, that's why he said that. SAU does not do shit like that anymore, at least. He does not do stuff like that. And that's the problem. We as the fan base have to rationalize for the man and be like, what was he cooking? Is that Him, Himalayan salt? I'm not. What's that? Is that Cajun? Like we're trying to figure it out retroactively because you're not telling us directly. So that's really the issue. I'm gonna use another example. Why I respect the Dying Will Flame system so much in Katekyo Hitman Reborn. Before we got the explanation from Akira Amano about the seven dying will flames of the sky, the earth, oath flame, etc., and understanding each and every characteristic of those flames, they were ever present in the story. And even though you might have not understood why certain things were colored a certain way, had a certain texture in the manga, when it came full circle, it retroactively powered up those earlier scenes because you're like, you were cooking from the get go. Mukuro's eye had a different texture for the mist flame. It was purple. Basil's was blue. You thought maybe because he didn't take dying will bullets and took dying will pills, that's why it was blue. Suna's was orange. You feel me? So when we really learned it, you're like, oh, so Basil's rain, Mukuro's mist, illusion, it all added up. That's why I always say the reason I'm not super, I do not, people always fucking misquote me and it's mad annoying. I do not hate Marineford. The Paramount War is awesome. I have a big issue with it. It's the biggest tickle butt war I've ever seen. None of the strongest people are really trying. They're it's the All-Star game. Oh my god. It's the NBA All-Star game. You have all the greatest people in the world here and they're just chucking threes from half court. They're not serious. Some of them got serious in moments and at times, but they weren't. Then when hockey is being used, they're like, "Oh no, did Whitebeard stab Aokiji with hockey?" You have to exposit that to me? You have to use exposition? Why not just have motherfuckers using black fists and using the like weird not hit impact stuff and the black lightning and everything? But we have no idea why the fuck that shit's happening. Then when Rayleigh explains it and we start seeing it in the new world, we're like, oh, these guys were all proficient with all these levels of hockey from way back. That's how you do it. That's how you build that thing so that when we get the legitimate, in your face, explicit reveal, we're like, oh, it's always been there. You can't do that with this series. You got to find something random and innocuous and esoteric and be like, oh, it actually makes sense because one time Hatsu had a sword. No, bitch, that's trash writing, and you're giving the author excuses. Anyways, sorry, y'all. I went on a rant. Good editor. Is season 3 of TUG worse than Wano? I don't know. They're comparable though. I think Egghead is pissing me off more right now. I don't know, man. I don't know. One Piece not with me. The fighting game analogy was on point. Comeback mechanics and simple controls drove me away. Yeah. Also, isn't the book that Vincent say a carry book of spells? Like, so it just has spells in them? I don't remember. I don't remember. But you could be right. I think you might be right though. I think he was looking up spells to do and shit. And the only light in the tunnel is the fact that if we are having the Dumas boss battle now, the game could start sooner than later. At least we'll get to the family head and pre-show set up soon. I hope. Okay, true, but a slight retcon there is better than nothing. Wano was bad, but oh my god, season 3 makes you want to do crazy shit. Fair enough. Fair enough. I think Zoro just had an intuition of something off. No, the point is that he saw through the facade of him not being a um just merely a shipwright. But Zoro's character is perceptive in that way, and he's not particularly super trusting, so it makes sense. But my point is, I gave you another example too. A lot of good writers will implement something that you don't necessarily know is important because they'll put it in a regular panel that you can call back to. I say writers, I mean like graphic novel creative teams, especially. Who's on your list on Fraud Watch? Not the characters given up on. Well, Van Kel's a fraud. Kirin's on Fraud Watch. Um, every single lope will be a branch leader, aside from right now, Garment, White Widow, Spider Mommy. They're on Fraud Watch. They stink. I can't think of anyone. List some people and see if I agree or not. I don't know. Who do you think? Who do you think is on Fraud Watch? Maybe it's me, but I never felt spells were something you could learn by just being smart, but rather something you only a certain kind of person could learn. That's separate from your intelligence. I am not disagreeing with you, but I guess that is not the case anymore. Or remember, he never explained it, so we can always say I never said that. That was your assumption. I'm not mad at your take, bro, but it just is what it is. Wano cause ramifications over the entire series versus TOG hasn't been great. It depends on how you feel about the effects in the story. True. My five moments Sand is fair mixed. I'm sorry, Naya. We make you angry. And at first you said you were in a positive mood. No. I'm good. I just said Johnny something, and I'm like, wait, why did I get angry? I didn't even finish reading this comment yet. Like, don't get mad. Just read it first. I'm good though. I think the biggest flaw of the arcs like Wano in season 3 of TOG is they're long and have some plot points that should have been cut. Yep. It's a lot of extra fluff in there, a lack of a focus and efficiency. And again, I'll say this until I turn blue in the face like Mystique. It takes a very I don't even think because I believe that I'm a great writer. Again, I have the published work and articles to back me up. Like I'm not gonna look you in the eye and tell you I'm Brandon Sanderson or Kurigam or Nishio Ishin, but I know what I'm doing. And I've studied with people who were in these fields, who worked the graphic novels, who made these kind of things. I interned and shadowed people that do this. I know what I'm talking about from experience. Do I believe there's one right way to do something? No. But if you're gonna reinvent the wheel, you gotta be extra careful and extremely intentional with what you're doing. But shit, what the fuck was I? I forgot. I lost my train of thought. Oh, it takes a very talented creative team, author, writer, whatever the case, to have an ever expanding cast of characters with a focal core and keep the core relevant and growing, but also have all the ancillary characters stay important. I would argue SIU and Oda were good at that for a very long time. I would. But the analogy that I tend to use is, let's say, Oda and or SIU, they're like a sleigh master. They're on a sleigh in the snow, and every reindeer is a character. There was one point where they had full control. Halt, left, wait, whoa, right, left, U turn. All right, guys, take five. And he was complete control, but it got away from him. Too many characters, too many unimportant characters, not trimming the fat of ones who are no longer important or relevant to focus on the ones that are still the main core or ones that are becoming relevant. Now it's dragging him everywhere. He has no control. We're going left. No, turn right, bank right. Nope, they're not listening. They've lost control of that. And that's a huge problem that we run into. He needs to just be like, listen, I know what I may have built up, but these characters, they're done. They're not here no more. Get the focus back on it and be efficient with exactly what your intentionality is. I want to focus on test. I want to focus on powering up the regulars. I want to focus on the chess game. There's a lack of focus here. So hopefully that made sense. Hopefully that made sense. Uh, where the hell was I? I think the biggest wait, Zoro probably knows the way Kaku carried himself, or the hands that related to sword wielding. There's that probably. There could be that too. You could have noticed something like that. True, that was foreshadowing, showing Zoro has good intuition. Do you think the SU intentionally does it intentionally to make people talk about TOG like bad press? No, I actually don't think he thinks he's. I'm sure he might feel a small dip in quality in his work, but I don't think he thinks he's doing anything wrong. I'm like, why do I look like Jesus behind here? Hold on, just fucking. That didn't actually help that much. Whatever. But yeah, I don't know. I don't think so. I don't think a lot of times they see it the way we do. It's like I always tell people in One Piece that they don't see power scaling the way that we see it. It's One Piece people take every nook and cranny, and I realized power scaling didn't matter when Luffy got tied up by rope. When I've seen him break through steel, I'm like, okay, we're just doing shit. Like it's just like, okay, he's captured during the Fisherman Island saga. Granted, he still went gear second. I think he like used like jet spear on Vanderdecken or whatever his name was. Vanderdecken, I remember his name. The Sheeta, that guy. If I remember correctly. But I'm like, why not just break out the restraints or just inflate like they just do weird shit like that? And I'm just like, this is just what it is. Like with manga and Eastern storytelling, sometimes I gotta just take things at face value. I think European and American writers tend to try to be more intentional about power scaling and small tidbits. I'm not saying they're better or worse, but at least they try to focus on those small things because they already know we care about stuff like that. Maybe in Japan they don't care about power scaling, bro. I don't know. Or South Korea, maybe they don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff at all. It's not a cultural thing. Over here, in America, we care about who's the biggest, baddest in America. I'm an American. And well, in Canada, America, North America, the continent. We'll say North America, the West. In the West, we care about more of those things. Like a lot of people will be like, "Oh, like I'm happy to be here and representing my country in the Olympics." If you're an American, that's not good enough. Win the gold. Like you know what I'm saying? Take an extra step. So could be cultural things. So yeah. Marie has moments. Wait, I already read that. Where is Vincente now though? And when we were shown Khun was learning the spells from him, we weren't shown this, so don't do the work for him. You're right. I'm just saying My best guess is that's when he picked it up, unless you're right, Scope, and there was an information transfer. They transferred information as well as power when he got a part of his abilities. Every FUG member except Looselet, Garnak, and CBL on Fraud Watch. That's a good point. Keating was never said to leave Trauma Ray's side. Of course, he's not a real fighter. Man's probably suffering from muscular um dystrophy. I pronounce it like a fucking idiot. But anyways, like the video. Yeah, good night, tweaking. Um, I don't know if his muscles are going through atrophy or anything, but like he's like the number two, so a lot of us are looking at him in a certain type of way. But I think Lobodon is probably stronger. But we'll just have to see. Maybe Jin Sung is on whatever fraud. Yes, him too. I feel Karaka not is a fraud. I see everybody notices Bam's a messiah. All I see, everyone knows Bam's a messiah. That's just how it is. Kel, I used to put on Fraud Watch, but after the recent upscale with Dumas, he officially out of Fraud Watch. We removed him. See, I never put him on Fraud Watch. I just think he's a clown. The branch head disrespect by SCU has done irreparable damage to rankers at this point. Before it was just Bam versus lower tier rankers, but at this point we are seeing top 1% get packed up. If White fought Dumas, he will end him with one move. I don't think White is stronger than Dumas. I don't think White would win. But that's assuming White would do that against Dumas instead of trying to like eat his soul. So I don't know that the fight would go the way that what Aguero did. They don't think the same and don't fight the same. So agree. Is it bad to have too many focus points? It's not bad. It's not bad. But again, okay. So I guess let me. I don't. I see. I don't remember how I worded it. So maybe I framed it as a bad thing. It wasn't about it being good or bad thing. The same way I say dynamic and static characters aren't inherently good or bad. Execution is everything. How did it play out in the narrative and the story? When you have multiple things going, you have to have in your brain the most efficient way to have them constantly flow. It stays interesting. Perhaps there's loose things that connect this to that, so you know they're on a collision course at some point. Like you have to know how to balance those things. And again, Game of Thrones, and well, maybe talking about the book, but the show did not end well. So I'd argue it still fell off. Um, but it's not about not having multiple moving parts. Pretty much most series are like that, but it's like, okay, this is the best time to now focus on this. This is the best time to reveal this. Okay, we built up crazy suspense here. Cut it off. Let them wait. You know they want to see this fight. Cut it off here. Get them excited, but don't wait too long. Move to point B and come back to point A. So there's an art to it. But well said. You're right. It's not a bad thing. Well, Hunter x Hunter, y'all know how I feel about that. So let me not go on my Hunter x Hunter tirade. I'm gonna be nice today. I'm nice, Naya. This is positive Hemmings. Actually, I haven't been. This is neutral Hemmings. Never mind. We're just neutral. We're neutral today. We are neutral, true neutral. It's gonna be funny when Rachel finds out that Khun knows how to use spells, especially since she got the Arlene super stat, and she wants to learn spells that nobody else in the world. Yep. One Piece power skillers and sweat skilling is a great thing to happen to power skilling. It's the worst thing. I hate the One Piece community so fucking much. I don't talk to them. I don't go anywhere. But also they treat me like shit. So to play devil's advocate, Urek fought Ari Han to a standstill when he was a regular. Bam scratch Urek versus the Ziggy arc. The power skilling was wonky. Being wonky started there. I'm not saying the power skilling got bad over there. And I have a video talking about why that's probably one of the worst scenes in Tower of God. I don't disagree with you, but I could have chalked that up to over eagerness too early. Like I'm trying to show Bam has the potential because he's fighting in the regular. He'll be on this tier. Let me have him nick him. Not thinking about how we'll look in the future. But I'm with you on that. Naya Claus an American. I knew it. I mean, at this point, I am the Canadian Florida man. Shout out Jacksonville. Shout out Orlando. Yo, South Beach. I'm coming. I'm coming for the Latinas. On my shadow gimmick. I just love Latinas, Sonic. Shout out to Year of Shadow. Our Lord and Savior, the ultimate life form. Ooh, he's coming. And fuck you, Sonic Superstars. I want to play as classic Shadow, not Sonic in a Shadow onesie, you bitch. Honestly, if you're not saying it, I would think White was a pure swordsman. Did we ever see him use a spell like a spell? I think he just used the spell to make himself stronger and eat his siblings and maybe the soul or whatever, something, something. But other than that, he's a swordsman. He doesn't use spells when he's fighting. Unless some of those slashes were secretly spells. I don't know. That's the Florida sunlight behind him. Hey man, I need to go back to fucking Publix. The greatest, that Publix in Jacksonville is the greatest, bro. Trom, there's still a focus on whatever is going on. I feel like SAU just switches every 5 minutes. It gives random power ups here and something else. Yeah, to me, there seems like there's no real direction or focus. He's just doing stuff, and most people seem to be eating it up. Maybe I don't know, but then most of Band's potential was he can cut Caliban and Urek. Maybe his Shinshi was made to cut through originally. Mario Cat, bless your heart. You're just a nice person. But I don't even believe you believed that when you were saying it. I don't believe you believed that when you typed it. That's just my opinion. The good thing is that saving this in the Mazzino looks like it's coming. Well, at least for them. Reminds me of uni lectures telling me to focus in my essays. Well, yeah. Yeah, because when I was young, no, actually, I was always pretty concise. I used to always be told to elaborate more a little bit, but yeah, some people were always told, focus. I mean, most of the battles shown to end with gods fighting, so power scaling isn't often managed well. You sounded like me talking about JRPGs. Why I was gonna fight fucking God at the end? I started off rock level, and by the end of the series, I'm freaking Shulk. I'm fighting God. Like, bro, what are we doing? Uh, Neutral Naya, hey, a nigga gonna take what he can get. Hey, I'm just listening in case you think I'm not here. I didn't say you were or weren't here. I did bring you up earlier, but I didn't say you weren't here. But what's up? Oh, because I said earlier you don't comment because you be lurking. You like freaking what's my guy's name? Luffy fan something. And one day like he said something. I'm like, bro, you were there for that stream. Like I'm always there. I just don't talk because he's like I don't like live chats. They're like toxic. I'm like okay, fair enough. But yeah, you be lurking. He really did fuck up with that ranker list. If you didn't know the ranks of all these people, this would be okay. That does contribute to it. Did Khun absorb Dumas' power so we'll get more power at this point? Did he need to bash Baam? I don't know, but I haven't gotten to get there yet because you guys are, again, credit to you and I love it. Y'all have a lot to say this week, so keep talking. But I have not given my thoughts on, I have not even gone to the Dumas armor, the Liberian thing. So are all of these niggas a passage of text in a book? I've not gone to any of that stuff yet. So just bear with me. Year of Shadow is coming. I'm gonna lie to you. I'm that guy. Like Sonic game's coming out. I don't care. Shadow the Hedgehog is playable. You talking dirty to me? I love Shadow, bro. Maybe that is why I don't like what they do with him anymore, but I'm a Shadow stan. I don't care. Maybe that's why he doesn't do ranks anymore. He's trying to fix it. Probably. Why does both swordsman and spells, his swords that he makes are spell bases in Wiki 2. Don't forget the one clone uses solely spells too. Well, there you go. There you go. My point is, White's not the type of person to be mid battle and be like, put the sword away. Absorption, Wingardium Leviosa. Like he's not doing that. That's really what I meant, but that's fair. He's he's a spell man. You know what? If Khun pits two villages against each other in a war and eats their souls, I may be okay with God tier AA. That's your God now. Respect him, the GOAT. The worst part about the community that the mindsets, the community are the mindless SAU meat writers. Oh, they be rod writing, like I said earlier. It's it's part of the reason why I can't talk with One Piece fans or Jujutsu Kaisen stands. They just ride rod. Order. 10 out of 10. Oh, sit up. Like all they do is ride rod. I don't like people who are overly negative or overly positive. There's a middle ground. There's pros and cons to everything. No series is perfect. Not everything has flaws. So, yeah. But you're right though. They be riding rod, bro. Chatterbox chat gonna let you speech. Shadow, yes sir. He already is. Okay, him being able to cut something wasn't OP in itself, but he was a glass cannon kinda, and it got worse. He's still not a glass cannon. He's never a glass cannon. I think that's. Do I have to debunk that? I'm not doing it this week, but I'm gonna have to debunk that because I remember when I was talking about how Bam is strong, how strong Bam is without Shinsu reinforcement, and you guys went like he's like D rank, and I'm like, Did y'all not read the first 4 chapters about his Shinsu resistance? Because even based off that, immediately he's already got insane defenses. Because that one guy Liroro flexed on was like, he's like, that's commonplace on floor 20. And you think you can climb? You are a piece of shit. Go home. And Bam is like, doo-doo-doo, yeah. Oh no, Mr. Liroro, I'll go back. Did I do something wrong? The steel eel fish when he first got the black march of floor 1. He was in Shinsu density. Like, let's stop acting like Bam does not have incredible defense. It could take a lot. Where did him being this I'm dead? Where did that come from? Where did you see this? Where? And he be healing them sometimes too. Where he'll go through a big ordeal, take a nap, and he's like, all right, what's the next mission, bro? Like a video game. Nigga fought to his fullest against White, changed his clothes, and then went to the suspendium to absorb Leviathan. What are we doing? Bam is extremely durable and was never a glass cannon. Let's not do that. Let's not do that. That's our Lord and Savior. CBL. Put respect on his mother effing name. All right. Is it fuck geek chat GGT? Oh. Rate TOG. Like rate it in general? Like just to give it a number right now? Right now, the main fan base is reading Loose Like versus Urek, which was good. They don't even know what the downhill is from there for a while, and they'll still eat it up. Everything derailed since Wagner went missing. Bring my boy back, damn it. Also, Shadow greater than Sonic. See, we all know Shadow's him. I'm the Shadow guy though. Like a lot of my friends are actually like Knuckles and Sonic and other people. Where I'm like, bro, ever since Adventure 2 Battle, it's a Shadow ting. It's a Shadow ting to the death of me, bro. That's the ultimate life form. Maria, I promise you, revenge. Like, yo, there was a point in my life you couldn't convince me that was the coolest character in fiction ever. I don't care who I liked before. I was a Riku guy. Nah, Shadow was the GOAT, bro. So yeah. Anyways, where was I? Where was I? Do I think Tierra was a normal person? I really wish I could say for yes or sure, but I'm not sure. This is why. Okay. After I catch up, I might have to ignore y'all for a bit because I need to actually get into my bag about talking about the ancillary esoteric parts of the chapter that we have to really dive into. But I'll get back to you in a second. I will say that Curry's peach juice is mighty tasty. Why is Bam on a glass cannon video coming? I said, okay. Approximately 20th level of resistance in the first chapter. And see, Milios gets it. Like, did we just not read the first chapter? Like, come on. Because just off that alone, you're already wrong. But I could go into other things that he's done. Falling from wherever the hell he fell for in season 1 after the test when Rachel pushed him and he was still conscious and alive. And that was when Bam was little itty bitty baby Bam with the potential, but he hasn't released his potential yet. Like, come on, what are we doing? I never understood it. Like this fan base makes me so fucking mad sometimes. They say some shit and I'm like, where did you get this? Anyways, a lot of people complain about the Khun power, saying there's no setup, but forgot Khun combined his sweet fish with the white spell, which is implied he learned how to work and boost the spell. All right, so now I gotta come back and I have to get on your ass with this too, because I said that. I said that earlier in the stream, and I talked about him being with Vincente. But here is the actual problem. You guys take things too surface level and you lower the bar of greatness of doing something, executing something properly. To make us as a to make somebody who's really engaged with the story truly be like, oh, that's when he learned it. And again, I'm not even mad at the power up. I just think it's kind of funny. I might make my position very clear because I think the dude is smart and he's interacted with White and been around spells and stuff. Where I'm not saying it's completely crazy that he can do it, but my point was, let's say, right. So now, right now, it's during the second defensive wall. Whatever. We're getting White back to his full form. What if Aguero was extra attentive? And he's looking over. You see him looking, and like he's analyzing, like he's studying something, or makes a comment. He inquires, or then maybe go to the next seed. Vincente, the Leviathan spell. He asks questions. How does that work? What spell is that? Could I read that for a second? Like he did none of those things. You can't just have a scene and be like, oh, because that blah blah blah. That's where he learned it. No, you didn't put the extra work in. You didn't actually do the work like the Zoro example I brought up and the Katekyo Hitman Reborn example I brought up. That is actually how you properly execute an idea like that. But again, I'm not tripping over the Khun thing because I already expected him to get a nonsense power up after Rack got one. So for me, it wasn't a big deal. But that to me is not a good take. SAE needs that Giga level pacing because I don't know how much of this game I can handle. If Bang Bang gets a power up, it might be over. Bam is only a glass cannon. SAE needs him to be able to have him struggle. But even as Bam is getting hit right now, he's not going to be hurt like that. He's going to get up. When the Frost Bear guy was hitting him and freezing him, he was coughing blood and he packed him up immediately when Iraq was fine. Stop doubting that nigga. Why? He's the GOAT. He cannot be Status Bam James. That is 25th Jordan. Cut it out. That is that is that is 25th Messi. Like just cut it out. That is no, Muhammad Ali. Give Dumas Machino shoes. Inconsistent situational. Bam is in the glass cannon, but he built his character build wrong. He needs at least a Shinsu stat distribution guide and rearrange those intelligence stats. Bam has a very high sense resistance, but his physical defense isn't as high. When he gets punched by strong character, he bleeds easily. You got to show me that all the times where he bleeds easily because I don't remember too many instances of Bam coughing up blood. And again, he gets right back up, he heals, he be okay. Like the ultimate Naya form, I like that. I don't agree with you. Bam without the thorn wouldn't win against Elaine. I'm not talking about a lane, but I mean, you can disagree with me. It's fine. So you're saying his special defense is high, but his defense is low. Okay, well, I don't agree with that either, though. Wouldn't be surprised if Endorsi got a power up that brings her to high ranker level. Neither would I, and that's before the bowl and the thorn, which boosted his durability like crazy. Like how much we may never know. Yep. I didn't even know until till now that people were saying Bam is a glass cannon. I've seen it a while because what happened where someone was bringing it up? I think they like to bring up the portion where he I think during the Hand of Arlene, that where he couldn't really use Shinsu for some reason, and he couldn't use a Thorn, I think, and people are like, see, it looks. I'm like, you got one stretch where he's fighting against people who are kind of comparable to him, without him being able to use his full power set, and said he can't take no hits. Okay, like again, what did Joe say one time? I don't remember what it was, but we said this. We talked about this in our big stream that we did last time. And I'm like, that's not a good correlation for why Hot's got this ability. He equated one line from like season one to why it made sense later, and I'm like, no, there wasn't enough sprinkled in, but I don't remember it, so never mind. My opinion on Popodal Dumas I would like to get there. Dumas is fine though. Now that I think about it, the red shards in the defensive wall that gave White his powers, can that be considered a spell? The idea is that White was working in conjunction with Aguero to do it, so I think it was a spell plus the sweet fish, but I'm not sure. Couldn't help them with that. Bam has high regen. There's that too. Like I said, he has a heal factor to some degree. Bam is built like that nigga. Put respect on his name. AJK hasn't been good to me, so why do you want 2 to be like it? He says pacing. He survived a super duper punch from Marat. Come on, y'all. And that was JVG. Only reason Bam was bleeding against the lane was because Fenrir had a bleed status effect that could affect rankers. Yeah. And it wouldn't stop bleeding unless she decided it wouldn't stop. I think people remember Calivan's fight against Bam and Karaka too much. Even if Bam was a glass cannon, it doesn't matter. He's too strong. SU really made a mistake by killing Alan Horse for the cheap shock value. Value, that's the war right now. No attention because we don't know that the Popodal family can destroy the blah, blah, blah. Okay. All right. You're right. True. All right. I'm going to cook now. Y'all still talk. I'll catch back up later, but I got to cook now. So I think, so we talked about Bam's getting fake beat up. I brought up the Goku analogy. We talked about Rack's power up, Guero's power up, White's ability and whatnot with it. So we can leave that aside for now. Let me actually find the translation because I'm gonna find both because I want to be very thorough with this. Your ad block has been updated. Thank you. Ooh, arigato. CHAELIN. That's me. What is real real? I don't really care how you feel. What was I looking for? What the fuck was I looking for? Oh, the Dumas thing. But what about Dumas? What about Dumas? What line am I looking for? Shit. A moment, y'all. Fire, blue. He says, "Fuck off." What the fuck were we just talking about? Speaking of Joe, are y'all in talks with other YouTubers? With yeah, we have a group going, whatever. But I wanted them to, I wanted the official readers like Haku and Joe to get through the Loose Lek and Mazzino fight because I want to talk about that specifically. So I'm waiting for that to be over with. So that's why I haven't we haven't done it yet. So just give me a second. Austerity. Yeah, we learned a new word. I don't remember what I was looking for. I want to talk about the white power up. Oh, I remember now. Give me a sec. Give me a sec. It's when he says I'll have to blow it up. There we go. Somewhere where is a blow it up. I think is the line. I am struggling, family. Okay. I once briefly allied myself with a guy named White. This was a spell I saw him use back then, and I think because I took some of his power, that I'm able to use it now. Oh, I'm looking for the librarian thing. I'm sorry. That's not what I'm looking for. Okay, finally, sorry. The family leader is the one who is above the history, all the history and scriptures in this tower. There is no scripture in this tower that the family head is not qualified to read. All arc librarians, so specifically arc librarians, whatever that means, we'll circle back, but just keep that in mind. Um, in the Pobedal family were born from the writings of the family leader. Each of us had been endowed with one of the characteristics of the family leader. The character of the family leader that I am is sternness. Let me read you the Cosmic Scan version, where it uses the word austerity. Indubitably. I'm gonna jump, jump, jump. Okay, so I found it. So here he says, the head is the one who stands above all of the history and writings from this tower. There is no such writing in this tower that he isn't qualified to read. Every head librarian of the Popadal family was born from the writings of the head, and each and every one of us are bestowed with one of his characteristics. I am the head's austerity. What the fuck does that mean? Because I'm still pretty sure not every person is obviously some type of spell or something of those lines. But what does he really mean by that? Because has Dumas ever been mentioned as a librarian or arch librarian? I don't recall that. The only person I really remember having that title was the dude that put the handcuffs on Yas Ratcha and Yama. He was like a first class librarian. Let me switch my camera. But you know what I'm saying? Like, who is real or not real? Like the person who went back into his book after he got the book back. Like who is truly who's a real boy and who's Pinocchio, you know? Sorry, y'all, 1 second. Hit Yo, I've been bumping. Yo, I went back to my roots, bro. I went back to my J-pop and K-pop roots, dog. I found all the old artists I used to fuck with, found all their new music, got back their old music, and I went back to my roots, bro. Somehow I forgot about the greatest female artist of all time, but I'm back. Y'all didn't know I was one of them crazy K-pop niggas, did you? You didn't know that. I'm just not weird about it, but you didn't know. Did you know? You didn't know though. I gotta, I gotta delete this and remake it. Give me a second. And I'm gonna switch beat to Mew, and I pressed the wrong fucking button. Naya versus technology, round 164. Why is it doing that? It shouldn't be dead. I'll just what the fuck? Thank you. Stupid ass beach. I need to get a USB webcam that you just could stretch this far and like be good though. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. Yeah, switch that to mute. Look at her. She hitting it. Yeah, hitting it in the corner. All right, I'm back. I apologize. Brain went on vacation for a couple minutes. They got the austerity goes crazy. Brain went on vacation for a couple minutes. They got the reboot. You're right. But yeah, but Ken, the discussion is coming. I want again post loose like Mazzino. I actually want to see the femboy trauma rate thing first too. So, and then we're in there. We're in there. So it'll probably be like mid late March, I would say. So yeah. So stay tuned for that. He does bleed as fuck when Dad Jihad just flex. That was ancient history though. Bam built different now. Dumas a real D writer. Naya, y'all gotta do another trivia stream. I just watched the one a couple years back. Team Sons of Jihad, bro. I want to do the trivia thing so badly. That was legitimately so fun, and me and Izzy were so close to the comeback. I was right there, bro. I'm like, you fucked this up. I'm taking it, and we won. But yeah, that was really fun. Example of Baam's physical defense being lower than Shinji defense. When Wagner threw powerful Shinji bombs at him, they did no damage. But when he threw a weak normal bomb, they hurt him a lot. All right. Again, there's examples of Baam being hurt badly when he's not necessarily boosting himself, but it's like he's still extremely durable. If like durability, endurance, the way people talk about it is weird. So I actually like to use vitality. Ultimately, Bam's vitality is insane because maybe you can hurt me, but if I'm not going down, I'm fucking durable. The wear and tear you're putting on me, I'm still trucking. I'm still going. I got a bit of a healing factor. I got that exoskeleton that put me back. Like all of those things tie into to my point though. But I'm not here to argue that. I'll make the video at some point because I know what I'm talking. I know I am right. He's not weak defensively. He could turn off all his Shinsu and take strong attacks. But why would you do that? If I'm in one piece, I am never not hockeying up a hit. Ever. Unless you catch me off guard. I would imagine Chiro is a real goal. I really hope. I really hope so. AKA sentient sperm. I have to wonder which people are Gustang's kids and which people are paper version now. Exactly. Like, what does this mean? Think his main people we saw in the ship are made from text. Seven Deadly Sins type shit. Only other guy I could see being writing is Proust and the glasses kid. Would imagine Naya versus Tech like the mother versus Khun and like Khun and Tech always win. Femboy Trom. Forgot about that. Yeah. Dumas is if Dumas is sturdiness, then wouldn't that hurt what Karaka said? What did Karaka say again? About Dumas having the armor spell? Oh. No, he's sternness, not sturdiness. It's austerity. Like he's very stern. So, to the point, serious. Like, yeah, it's not sturdiness. Bro, that is so scary. I was just on the Sarah Films, a newish K-pop group, Insta because they dropped an album when he said that. It spooked the fuck out. I was talking about CL though. She's always been my favorite since like what? Since 21? I've always said my hot music take is I think she's as far as like female artists go, she's the full package. She's the best in terms of full package. The music, the style, the demeanor, the as you guys say nowadays, the aura, the singing, the rapping, the producing, the dancing, this fucking swag and fashion. She the goat. She the queen in my opinion. So austerity. We are learning new words. So yeah, so like it's interesting to think that a really big chunk of the family could just be fucking words in a text. So they just go back in the book when it's all said and done. Like how much of his family are real people and like people who married into the family, people who had kids. Like I assume Dumas was not a librarian person, but if he's the austerity of the family head, wouldn't that make him an arch librarian? Or was the version that we saw with him with shoes on and looking more human that was Dumas? I don't know. Like why does he look so different now? Why did he get the armor and all those things? But to segue, but don't necessarily drop this topic because it ties into this. But the segue now is actually no, it's not. Never mind. There's no segue. Just fuck it. Oh, I'm not a segue god. I'm not a segue god. Aguero, what did he really just do with IU, the sweet fish? What did he really just do, in your opinion? Like, how did you perceive it? Like, how are you taking it? Did he absorb all of Dumas's power? And how did they get into Dumas's like inner world thing? You know, the space that Bam has with Leviathan and stuff, you know, your Kurama and Naruto White World, or your Ichigo and his Hollow and Juhaba. Like, how did they get in there? Was that Khun? Did he do that? Did his fish do that? Did taking the power do that? Was that Bam? Was Dumas like, damn, they like messed up my armor or something? I gotta let them in here. Like, how and why did that happen, in your opinion? Because I thought originally he was stealing Dumas his power and was gonna add it to his own, or add it to, oh my god, I have a perfect segue for this. So you know what I just saw today? Hold on. I'm gonna pull it up. I'm pull the Discord. I can't believe I thought of an example of this. You know what? That's why they made the connection. Bro, look at this shit. Wait. If I do Windows capture, I want it for Discord though. Nope, never mind. Hold on. I'm gonna have to I'm gonna have to ins- mind f y'all a little bit with the display thing, because when you do display, it like trips out for a second. But okay, so see right here, a Scanor isn't Tower God. I saw Meliodas as well. So the example I'm about to use is in the Natsu no Taizai, but you know, how Bam could use snatch or steal, whatever, and he could siphon the power of his opponent and add it to his own, but it's about how long he could physically maintain it. I thought Aguero was gonna do something similar to that and give it to himself and or Bam or Rack or something. So basically, to even things out, you would have depowered Dumas, but powered up everyone else or one person to even things out. But that's not what happened. So what do we think really happened? I need to find out who is audacity and who is horniness. Yes, I'm guessing human Dumas is a librarian. Had to look up what the word meant. This but not in plain appearance and stirrance, right? What do you think about Bellariri? He seems like a grown up male Rachel. I don't have any strong opinions on him. He's there. He's leading the charge apparently. So it's one of those things where for me it's just wait and see approach. I'm waiting to see until he actually has to go and like get his like when his plan truly comes to fruition, that's when I'll have the answer that I require. I think Hugo is Gustang fashion, but I don't know if it's a word from like luxury. Oh, you think he's like his So Hugo is Gustang's materialism, maybe an energy vampire spell, something like that. Need you to tap into the S Sarah film though, real music. I don't know about all that new stuff. I like old. I'm a primacy biased man. So many questions, but I'm not optimistic they'll be answered in the capacity that'll satisfy anyone. That's fair, but I'll give them a look. I'll screenshot this Sarah film. I think they got into Dumas internal space like how Karaka did it to Chion Hee Ha. But Karaka did that willingly on purpose to get her out the paint. How did Dumas do that? Is what you're saying? The spell, except instead of cancel, suck and dispel, maybe dispelling the spell to the air, allowed to enter. Did you see Gilgamesh Urek video from the Scanner collab with Tower of God? I didn't. I didn't see that one. I just saw Meliodas because I was looking for some footage, just because right now I'm editing the Bam versus Lee's video. Um, I want to have it out next week, but it's an hour long, which is the only reason why me and Galam recorded in December, but we spoke for over an hour, and I'm like, I'm way too lazy to edit this right now. So, and I had the other channel thing going, so yeah. Holiness is Tiara? Probably not, because Tiara's more bloodthirsty if anything. She might be like bloodlust or killing intent or something. I don't know. So, but yeah, no, Holiness is not Tiara. She makes me horny, huh? Um, my best guess is the sweet fish is either powered up the spell to make it more potent, or he was powering up Dumas so that he'd get more power to steal overall. I don't think he powered up Dumas, because I remember when he did that to one of those Houndborns. I thought maybe he was doing the same gimmick, but I'm not sure. Again, I'm not sure Slide the Beast, honestly. Like, that's why I'm asking the question. Like, I'm one of those people who work the best bouncing ideas off other people. Cause I've always said, I've been to I think three escape rooms since 2016 to now, and I've escaped them all. And I'm the main reason we got out. But I've always said if I was by myself, I'd probably lose, because I'm kind of like the Sherlock saying, like, when you remove the impossible, whatever remains must be true, no matter how improbable it may be. I I when I hear the wrong thing enough times, I get to the right thing. If that makes sense. So yeah. Look at the start when you can, but why is Urek Gilgamesh? That's hilarious. It should have been Gustang, if anything. He had the blades that would look like it was kind of coming out the gates of Babylon. Because I'm assuming you're talking about Gil from Type Moon, from Nasuverse stuff. Tiara is fine. Mate's hoarding this. He's a Ha family member too, though. Remember, he's dual family. I don't think he's a book. I think he's real. That concrete booty, doper booty he had technique going, that's his own. That wasn't given to him. He's his own man. He not a passage in the text. The fire hit Dumas. He noted that the fire wasn't even hot, so I don't know what the effect would be on him if it isn't a power up, but the rules bend to whatever SC wants, so who knows? That's fair. So, yeah, they are meant to be done as a team, but my point is, I think somebody who's just like really good at that would just get out no matter what, whether they're with idiots, smart people, or by themselves. I'm saying I'd probably not escape alone, but with people, yeah, I guess I'd escape. Okay, so let's take a gander. Sternness. He said it's not hot at all. Ah, perhaps. The fire that IU uses is no ordinary fire. I'm not sure how to use it, but for some reason, I feel like I have to use it like this right now. Then he's confused because the circle comes. Like, it didn't look like he got any stronger or weaker. So far, a circle spell. I want things like I once briefly allied with something named White. There's a spell I saw him use back then. I think because I took some of his power, I'm able to use it now. This spell apparently is a spell that steals. I can feel it. The power of the flame that IU now possesses is due to the power that was stolen from White. It has grown to such an extent that it cannot be compared to what it had before. If I condense it all to a single point and make it explode, the life and strength of the other person. So he's, cause like then it's surrounding Dumas, and it's just a bunch of effects. Then there's like this weird cage with like vines wrapping around it. I'm not sure what that's supposed to represent necessarily. Then just a bunch of like particle effects, and then Dumas just drops down. Like, he just drops down. Now, an interesting theory that somebody brought up in my chat yesterday was they thought and believed that perhaps Dumas is kind of pulling a Pain. Wherever Dumas is, in the real world, he's in that inner world thing, and he's actually controlling an automaton puppet, armored Alphonse, if you will. Like, Dumas is not actually in the armor. No one is in there. He's controlling the armor from somewhere else, a safe space, if you will. I don't know how many of you guys buy into that theory, but I thought maybe that made some type of sense. But I have no way of knowing that or doing that, though. Of knowing if that's the case. I want to read the other translation. Give me a second. This Okay, so it isn't hot at all. Oh, it'll be like that. The fire that Sweetfish uses isn't your typical fire. Even I don't know exactly how it uses it, but for some reason I have the feeling that I'll have to use it right now. Scrolling. Spell circle. Scrolling. There was a time where I joined hands with a guy named White for a while. It's a spell that he used back then. And maybe because I took his power, but I feel like I can use that myself now too. This spell is definitely, it's a spell that I can feel it. The power of the flame that Sweefa has, added with the power I stole from White. It is so big that it can't even be compared to what was before. If I could condense it in one shot and blow it up, steals the opponent's life and power. So this is a fucking life stealing technique. Like it's the killing spell. Abracadabra. We have questions and we want answers. Why am I in sepia tone now? My camera is just doing weird shit. Why am I sepia tone? I look orange. I look Trump colored. No. Maybe a bit elaborate, but what if by absorbing some of Dumas's power, he unknowingly established a connection with Dumas's armor, allowing him and Batman Iraq, who got all the power to enter the armor? I don't hate that. I don't hate that at all. And again, he could explain it at the beginning of the next chapter, and I'll be fine. I'm not saying he had to explain it in that chapter immediately, but I don't know how they got there, so I'm just confused. Nah, I'd escape. If Chia was a construct, I wonder if she's made to fill the void left by N. Ooh, Gilgamesh from Type Moon. I should have known better and classified it. Apologize for my foolishness. No, you're good. So he condensed the power of Dumas to make it explode. So what did he do? Did he steal the life and power and like just be like, boom, it's gone? So Dumas was just like wasted. I don't know. Makes sense. I think it's also semi-remote control based with the interaction with Karaka, even though he's on Fraud Watch. Maybe the librarian and Lopan family is just what they use to classify their members. I see that's something I brought up. Like hatchlings. Hatchlings we know in the context of a Lopobia family are people with the potential to become a branch leader. So I was wondering if librarians are just what you call people who are in the Archimedes, the Ark of Knowledge, whatever. So I was wondering that, but I'm not sure. Again, I don't have clarity there. I just have questions. So yeah. Um, where was I? If it steals power, when did Khun being able to use an armor like Dumas, whatever? When did I go to Mexico? I didn't, but I want to. That's where them fine Mexican women at. That's why I need to be there. Like I said yesterday, couldn't better pull this off in every fight he's in from now on. He won't. Oh, sepia. Oh, I got you. Sepia joke. Okay, I got it. Can't wait for. I'm sliding. You know what? I do remember watching a video like last year talking about anytime they're in Mexico, they always sepia tone. Use a sepia tone to filter. So there's credence to that. I can't wait for the sweet fish to solo Kunadon. Dumas has a special dimension and there and couldn't unknowingly triggered the entry. Well, the idea is that because he was stealing Dumas's power or armor ability, it connected them in a metaphysical sense, giving him access to that world. Like if I try to steal Karaka's power and armor, I might inadvertently trigger something that forces me into the world where he's hiding his heart. But I'm not entirely convinced their armors work the exact same, though I think there's commonality and overlap. White did have a similar spell in the Hell Train where if he reached completion, he would have absorbed the souls of all the regulars in the train and even the souls of the regulars that died on the train. Oh shit! So there you go. I'm not sure though. I don't have all the answers, but that's essentially the gist of everything that I wanted to get to though. So figuring out what's up with Dumas. Is he a librarian? And why did he look so human before and now he has like talon feet? Is it a pain gimmick thing? What's he gonna do now? Who is or isn't a passage of text? Will Rack and Bam start to see White's power bleed into their power set and things of that nature? That's essentially what it is. Chief's not here. Damn. Okay, let me go into my favorites. Wait, do I have my thing up? I be looking at butts. Okay, good. No. That's why I have to be careful when I screen share. Like I'll be wilding, bro. I am unhinged. I am a demon. I be looking at the Yiddy and the Butte. I found it. Perfecto. Es perfecto. Oh, why did I close it like a dumbass? Like a Dumas. Oh, brother, this guy stinks. Okay, translate to Korean. Oh, I gotta do the captcha. It's time for our favorite segment. What does Korea think? What does Korea think? Yes, the best, the best. All right. Let's get to that. Then I'll get back to listening to Cyber Milk Chan, typing scripts and editing NCL. I'm back on my K-pop wave. I'm actually gonna listen. I'm actually gonna give Blackpink a real listen to. I haven't really heard much of their stuff. And that wasn't because I didn't want to. It just came at a time where I had no interest at the time. Don't tell them I said that. But tell them I'm gonna become a fan. I'm gonna join them and save her. And I would disrespect. Okay, so here are the comments. Machak. Na 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 na. Let me fix my camera. I didn't realize I didn't push it all the way to the border. I don't like that. That's not my camera. That's my camera. I also gotta finish Temtem. I want Temtem out the way. I just want this. This game is so unnecessarily long. And then today they announced some bullshit. Okay, what are y'all saying to me? If Steel's power, then Khun being able to use an armor like Dumas won't be out of the question. Damn night when they go to Mexico. Like I said yesterday, I already read that Mexico sepia joke. Oh! You said that. I thought you said it both times, Kai. I didn't even realize that. I'm just an ape. Dumas has a spatial dimension. Wait, I read that already. Train. So do I, brother. Korea gonna be on this man's head. What if Kun says his sweet fish to make a Dwan fully horny, then takes this feeling away in order to have Kun and Dwan feel some whiplash? Would be peak writing, in my opinion. Do I think Dumas is weaker? It looks that way to me. It looked like the armor unleashed him because he was losing with both arms to the branch leaders, took it off and packed them. I suppose you could argue he just got serious, but I don't know. At this point, I don't think SU cares about the Korean fans. He's just writing. Yeah, but it's our favorite segment, so we're gonna do it though, and then we're gonna wrap things up. I gotta get back to editing. So here it says, even with 10 whites, Dumas wouldn't be able to beat it, but I absorbed some of White's power and cast a spell, and it was a magic trick that knocked Dumas's combat unit in one hit. Is there such thing as an assistant story writer? Ha 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 ha. White wasn't completely weakened. Well, it's even worse because I can only use the strength of the weakened white and division, so divided white. That and the fish that I received from our ranker and have been using since I'm not a high ranker of Wolhike Song. Combine these two, and I'll break the the plot of the second in command of the 10 families, who will blow the heads of the high rankers of the tribe leaders just by breathing. To shorten it to Dewey, don't rummage magic. The assistant story is hilarious. If you don't have permission to shout and rip off the writer's head, you'll just end up cleaning up poop. So they're saying that too many yes men behind them. Shout out to Mempi. I want to know who's in that Avi though. Who that? That's moving me. Illness, Tower of God. I wish the battle scenes were decent and the story was told sooner. What should I do? This is my favorite one. Ukurukukurukuku said, "What do I do? I am at my wits' end." He said, "What do I do, bro?" The Korean profile's gonna get Naya flagged. Nah, whatever. This trash ass site anyways. Whatever. What should I do? Kun. This guy says he has an ice attribute, but the only thing he uses is self debuff. What is it? Dumas Soul Chain? Is that from Astral Chain, by the way? Soul Chain, or is that's not Soul Leader, is it? I don't think so. If you stab me with the intention of killing me, you would have died. One shot. LOL. Kenpachi. The battle scene is worse than Jan Song's free ran. Not sure. When will the minigame end? This is the moment says that. I wonder how many years the story is going to take with just the two heads of the house. But if they drag it out by making all 10 heads appear, it could go for another 20 to 30 years. It's at the level of a pension that drains money. So I have no intention of finishing in the first place. It's the same with the helper. Fair point. It's been a while since I've seen it, but the drawing has stabilized. Is it worth watching? Phantom Minimum. Stay out the tower, bro. Be in the tail user the tails user universe. Don't come here. Are you absorbing Dumas now? It's been a while since I've been here. What's Dumas doing? It would rank as the 30th most representatives of the families. Wolhike Song's family heads and first and second ranked princess FUG top ranker Slayer. I think he just passing ranker. Evankel is also ranked that's 60th. This is wrong actually. And Army Commander Yasracha, Hajin Sung are all screwed up, but he is ranked 30th. Why are you treating the head of a family so poorly? He's ranked third. I'm not sure where they got the 30th ranking. I think they're trying to make an approximation, an estimation based on him being 30th, the third strongest in the family. But I don't think we know that for certain, so I wouldn't go that far. And this comment is pretty good. Yes, Ratchet did not feel like he was stronger in the battle against the core commanders. I don't know if that's true. And even if Hajin Sung was in a weakened state and amongst the ones in the correct ranking, no one said he was stronger. Vankel is ranked 60 with the ruler tag, but without the tag, she is 100. Ivanka, who did not have the ruler buff in the first place, had a history of getting hit by Kel when it attacks Yamo in concert, but that does not mean that Kel is that strong. They're considered the strongest among the heads in the family. He's ranked 30th. Again, I don't know if maybe Korea got something we didn't get, and is expressed more strongly than this person. It is even possible that one of the three monarchs who appeared is lower than this person. The 30th is so effing tight. I'm chasing balance. I don't understand the fact that it hurts Dumas. It's just amazing. The level of dialogue is amazing. Ha ha ha. Even if it's explained later that Dumas is vulnerable to energy drain system and has a bad compality, the regular and the guy who was blowing up the rankers by absorbing some of White's power will turn sloppy in one hit. How weak is Hajin Song? He can't even be selected. There was a chestnut in the shaman's camp. Doesn't affect me, but as always, there's a strong opponent in front of me. And when I see my colleague being hit, I call out my colleague's name, and then I get hit. I'm sure this will continue to happen in the future. Ambushing while completely unaware, it's not like you're being ambushed, but it's ongoing. If you're fighting an opponent that's too strong to handle, isn't it normal to do something to get ahead of yourself? A truck is coming and you are about to get crushed, but you don't dodge it first. You're worried about your friend getting hit by a rock thrown by the truck. Why on earth is there a guy who calls his friends names? They're so funny, bro. Like they're just so funny. I love it. I love it. Yummy num nums. Bam's mother's the founder of witchcraft. Not all spells work on the night. Rather, I wonder if the witchcraft can heal the night. So if the night removes the children's spell and neutralizes the barrier spell. Bugs that can't even get to the top, whether D or C level, are beating up top rankers. Ha ha ha. The picture is hard to read. If this continues, I'll be playing with Pentaminum. There's really no answer to the readability. It's a shame to even say it's a crappy work. He says worse than crap. He said if this is offensive to crap work. A night where I can't even remember how much I ate and used. I think this was the weird one I didn't get right. A really strong character, solidarity, beat the Caliban. Yeah, I didn't get that one. It's fun. Give it 1 point. Some people say White is weirder than Dumas, but White is much stronger than Dumas. It's not a weapon that kills the head of the family for nothing. A high ranker who was in his prime during White's prime can't even use the jab. It's just the compatibility with Bam is so bad it's only used on Bam, while White's main weapon against Bam with spells is Eaton, but the spell itself doesn't work on chestnuts. Well, you guys know Knight and chestnuts mean Bam. The contrary, the spells obey them. If it was a story about climbing a tower like before, I would have done that. Was it from the war going to save Hajin Sung? Do you have an intention of climbing the tower? No, we don't. The battle is just an effect. If you knew you were going to fight a really strong kid, you would go full doping with all your might. I couldn't even get the Khun Lark balance right, and now I'm still writing a strange scenario pretending to keep up with the power balance. Pretending to keep up with the power balance. I felt that, bro. A sure victory. I felt this moved me. Khun is something position. Is he that strong? What it's about? Did you get dementia overnight? Gustang's right arm is Dumas, but this guy is playing moderately with the blue or red bar thorn 1-2 release. Is it true that you're saving your strength for Dumas just to use it in front of the matriarch later? I think they made monarch, whatever. But yeah, so they weren't feeling it. They were not. They were not moved, and I did this so wrong. I moved it from the top. Yeah, they weren't fucking with it, bro. All right, let's wrap this up though. If the Tower of God video for the week, whatever, doesn't drop tomorrow, it'll drop the day after. Just I have a lot going on. It's my birthday week, and I got some stuff planned. So just bear with me. They up there making noise, breaking the bathroom. So just give me some time. Um, what do you want to write? What should I do? Right? What should I do? Need that. Mempi, the at right. The Korean profile. Wait, I read that already. Sucking up the Dumas. Pause. Slurp. Yummy. So good. Ice cream. So I forgot. I forget she exists. Gang gang. Yes, Baku. Yes, Baku. Yeah. Yes, Baku. Yes, Baku. Yes. Gang gang. Niggas be going in depth on why something's ass. Respectable. Not gonna lie. It's funny someone actually thinks white is stronger than Dumas. That's interesting. We could talk about it. I'll make a short asking that question if you think white is superior to Dumas, but I don't think so. Real hating pretty funny. They're pretty good at times talking about their frustrations. Oh, it's not today, but thank you. It's on Saturday, 24th. SU needs to read the readability of the art. Yep. What was your favorite panel of the week? Your favorite piece of dialogue, and what would you rate the chapter? I would not go lower than a 6. I would not go higher than a 7. So I went with about 6.6. Better than I think it's the chapter that bothered me the least on 2024. Though I'm not gonna pretend it did not come with some problems. That was messy. You have to do a lot of leaps of logic to take that at face value. So I get it, but I'll show you what my favorite one was the one with Dumas's talon over Bam. You just see Bam's nostril. It was really funny to me. And I guess from a dialogue standpoint, Aguero just being like, I don't fucking know, dialogue. Austerity. New word learned. Again, one thing I'm going to give it, I learned something new every week, bro. What did I learn? I forgot what I learned already. A chupacabra, austerity. What did I learn last week? Was it a word or concept? Damn, I forgot what it was. I gotta go back. I already forgot the lessons that I learned. I'm sorry, slave in utero. I have failed you. Hold on to the locker. Dexter, I failed you. Austerity, 5.5 out of 5. It's better than we've given because there was some explanation. Bam being stomped on 6.5. No specific dialogue. That's fair. Yeah. Honest, I wonder what would it be better to do this shit first, then racks? I don't know. Am I pre-recording the creator stream? I'm gonna have to rethink what we're doing, but probably what if I recorded the part? I don't know. Because I want to premiere it, but premieres I heard are bad for things. I'm not sure yet. But I was planning on like I wanted to do it live maybe, and then after we have a spoiler section where all the officials read, but I might have to pre-record it. But maybe I could record that part and be like, this is the official whatever, and then we could have the other part be live streamed. Let me talk with everybody and see how they feel about it. But if you guys don't have anything else to say though, thank you for sliding. Jesus Christ. It's sorry, they opened the door because they're still fixing stuff. So TOD is my first manhwa. I said to read for Kubera too. How does it compare? Oh, Kubera is the best manhwa. The best well, you said manhwa. So you're just specifying Korean graphic novels. My first webtoon was Noblesse. My second was Tower of God and God of High School than other ones. But Kubera is the best webtoon that I've read from Line Naver, and it's not close. I'm not saying it does everything better than every other one, but I'm a person who really cares about characters. Characters are the most important thing to me in narratives and storytelling. So it resonates with me on that. And she has great character work. Two, plot is second and central plots. All of that is absolutely fantastic. And I'm a person who actually cares about the minutiae of writing and storytelling. People will tell you that, and then it's a lie. Because look at what they're eating up or trying to defend, like JJK and Hunter people. They don't actually care about storytelling. I do, and Kurigama's the best at it. Maybe when it comes to action, art, or some other things, you might not love it, but I would say watch my video where I recommend it and see what I have to say. But it's easily to me a 10 out of 10. Not that it's perfect, but it's a masterpiece. So you're still waiting for that Tam Top Worst fictional characters video. Did I say I was doing it immediately? Because if I did, I lied. Patagana, I think you know I have the other channel where I'm literally writing long form essays. I am very pressed for time. I didn't even stream last week after Tuesday. That's how time pressed I was. Like, it's there, it's written, they'll come. Y'all gotta be patient, man. Y'all gotta be patient. Bear with me. This script writing and recording shit is not easy. And I'm literally in the middle of editing an hour-long video. So y'all don't have to wait on that. That is not a priority in my mind. Priorities for me is getting the Scott Pilgrim Bam versus Lee's video out, then my Bomb Rush Cyberpunk Funk video, which is gonna be like 36 minutes and above. So yeah. Yes, give it a read. Give it a fair chance. Give it a fair chance. If you record the official part, it will prevent spoilers in the chat. Yeah, and then stream the spoilery one. That's what I'm thinking. Yeah. Yeah, I'll do that. Last chapter was better at Endorsees with a 5.5. Fair enough. So yeah. Who's locked in? We'll have to relock in because things change in a moment's whim. So I don't know for sure. I couldn't give you a definitive this and this, but I could tell you who's invited. So, but all right, y'all be safe. Have yourself a mighty fine day. Share share my content. Like, comment, tell people about me. Post me in Discords. Post me on Reddits everywhere.